It's very, very true. I think sort of on the point there as well, to just bounce off of what you said. 3D Max may be one of those teams that comes into Pro League super under the radar, you know, and therefore a couple of these teams may well have not been ready, not been prepared, potentially not fully respecting them in terms of like their own prep game, etc. So we'll see now. We'll see. It's a very, very different game when you move into the playoffs, but we are indeed moving into the playoffs. A quick move coming out from G2 here. Lucky ready for it on the Julies. As is Maka. He comes flying in from above, and indeed he will take the names. The Julies, 3 sets of them across the board there for the CT side, finding great success.
A real chaotic start there, right? My God, flying out a single door, straight into the fight. And hey, credit to the 3D Max side, making it work, making it stick. Really, really decent stuff. But yeah, real carnage, right? G2 try to get in towards the fight as soon as they can. They try and rely a little bit more on the mechanical prowess of this side, and it doesn't quite work. 3D Max aware, ready. Maka dropping down from heart. Real ballsy move, but it works. Not a bad start. 3D Max, they'll take that every day of the week. No bomb plan either, of course, for G2. Means no buy. Means that 3D Max should, in theory... Oh, no, Manesi! No way! Second round, picks up a gun and nearly gets a kill with it. But the MP9s will trade, so I think it'll all be for nothing in the end. But the confidence is there from the young kid.
That is kind of madness. T-side Zeus's you don't see very often, actually. It's usually a CT side player, isn't it? Hiding out. Ready to go. Nice pluck out of the air onto Nico. Ultimately, no harm, no foul. Worth noting, M4 actually not going to be retrieved there, I don't think. So that is quite something. Of all the players to pick, he chose the best one. So there is that, at the very least. But yeah... T-side Zeus, and I think, was there maybe a knife out there? Was that a
close
denial of a knife kill? Either way, bit of a mad round. Bit of a mad round.
And also a throwaway round too, in a way, right? Low buy, no real kind of commitment to that one. Now into the full buy. AK's back out on Hunter again, flying into the fight. Hoopsy is calling a very quick tempo, a counter-strike, but it's not working out. Gravity and Exorcise for the first double. Can't quite make it the third, but Gravity should trade, but messes it up, and next it gets a freebie. But look where Lucky is.
In behind. Oh, no trigger discipline from him. Maybe jumping the gun slightly. I think he could have gotten away with an easy 2-piece. Nexa on low HP, right? But he went straight in for the kill. Is that something that he will regret moving forwards now? Nexa has drawn attention towards the lobby. But it's Munisi moving downstairs that we have to keep our eyes on. The bomb should get planted here. Oh, and Jocko might just have been heard there. He definitely has now. Lots of steps. This is going to get a bit weird. MP9 and an AWP. He's not got a kit here either for the French side. Oh my goodness. Smacker, however, gets the catch. 2v1 on the cards. Not a lot of time to play with. Munisi is certainly not the guy you want to be facing off against in this situation either. Good timing to drop one. And now just up against Maka. He's picked up AK. There's a smoke down onto the double doors. Munisi, oh, through the smoke, takes him out. Just that sixth sense coming in from the young
stuff
gun.
Coming through. Need to try and preemptively break the smoke, but it actually goes a little deep. Swing in right-hand side, and like you said, it's just that sixth sense. Really decent stuff coming through from Manesi. First round put on the board by G2 has to kind of put them in his backpack a little bit in that instance. But again, right, you know, going back to the earlier point we were talking about, when this round started, it's such a quick tempo being called by Hooksy out the gate here, right? They're coming in towards these fights so quickly. I think Nex is very fortunate not to be dropped there on the trade. Getting that second is huge. If he hadn't, it probably puts the entire round in a bit of jeopardy. Either way, good work. Really good work coming through. A very quick game of Counter-Strike and a very early attack pause called here by Taz. Going to get on the mic, have a little conversation. Maybe just slow things down a tad. That was, technically speaking, a bonus round, but there was obviously a couple of kills on the low buy second round out from G2. So they still have to wield the double MP9. The other triple M4 alongside it. Then again, on the other side, G2 are wielding a triple Galil. So not exactly fully fleshed out buys across the board. But yeah, a real chaotic game so far. One thing that worries me is a little bit that CT side utility. A little feeble.
Yeah, that's very true. Shaky. But they know it, and they are playing proactive here, right? An advanced position at ramp. Trying to lay down some presence. Difficult to combat outside when you've not got utility to utilize. Lucky. Going for a gap in the smoke. Spam back and forth. It's Maka that's the first one to fall. I believe that was actually up top at Heaven. Lucky still alive at Unbreakable here. Hunter trained and ready to go. It's Nico's nade that finishes him off. So a slim man advantage now for G2.
9. Getting proactive. Both of them, in fact. As Exorcitos are making a move himself, but Nexa holding for this. Just shy of a minute. Decision got to be made. They're going to go for a double push out secret here. Both are going to die, surely. First actually gets caught on the MP9. Nico, 2 points of HP. He is barely alive. XSC doesn't get caught. Nexa has got to confirm those kills. And the fact that he doesn't has now thrown this round into jeopardy. Nico solo. So a lot of this feels like it's relying on Hunter. Who gets first? Jocko. Will he trade? Actually, doesn't even show his face. Just going to double back and not give the fights towards Nico.
$20 seconds left. That's the big thing here. Really not a lot of time to get anything going. There goes the bomb, and there goes the round. So it's just Mr. Hunter. What is his game plan here? Going to take a gun away, but yeah, no real option but to save. You can see the sigh of annoyance kind of thing, the little tut at the end. What can you do type vibe, at least for Hunter individually. G2 dropping down, though, after the clutch. Oof. Not ideal. It felt like they were in a pretty good spot there with the outside execute. Just couldn't win those fights. The 3D Max side.
And I think as well, the one that really I feel that lets G2 down. This one here, absolutely. But also, yeah, Nexa's got to be getting that kill. He's basically holding for it. And he just maybe falls asleep at the wheel for half a second. Gets caught off guard. 3D Max on this CT side, starting well. He's going to come through. The greatest buy again for G2. Just a one rifle to work with. In the back of Hunter. Hoping he can really do something about this. They're popping out, though. Coming through XSCs for the first. The MP9 on the swing. Spotting one. According to Mind, is actually more expensive than they would hope, but they line up. Maka and Jocko can drop them. 3D Max will find yet another round, but a little bit more expensive than they would have hoped.
G2 making themselves known, but 3D Max, for me, looking good. I'm not going to lie to you. I think I didn't necessarily expect G2 to come rushing out of the gate with domination, but all the same, we did get a little taste there. When Munisi wins that 1v2, you feel like that's a big spur forwards, and they should have been able to string a few rounds together, but not the case. 3D Max doing a great job of closing them down, keeping control. You know, the nuke pickup here is not awful for 3D Max. And they've picked into Ancient, which is a little sideways for them, you know. So I feel kind of an interesting look for the 3D Max side of things. Excuse me, it was actually Anubis. I did double check myself before we fully sold it. So yeah, actually, I feel like the veto is pretty decent for the French squad.
It is. It is. And I think as well, you know, for G2 so far coming out the gate, it's been actually very sloppy. A lot of mistakes creeping in. They're being punished. That range tapping. Maka got some information. We don't want to give free fights to the pistols. That eagle in some of these hands can be a real perilous thing to face. Under a minute on the clock. No decision made, but they've got fairly decent outside control. That's both sides, in fact. The CT side are ready for a pop, and Lucky ready for a fight in a second. Nico might just unknowingly walk into his demise, and he does. Down he goes, but Hoaxie and Hunter going to find one apiece. So already a little bit more than they would hope. Hunter holds, tags as well. Nade will come through as he has to fall off. Pistol dropped on towards the site. It's all over the place. But the last man going to be seen off, and that pistol round put to bed. I'll give G2 the credits on these slightly lower buy rounds. They are actually making this decent in terms of the expenditures out of the French side. You know, they're forcing them to reinvest quite a bit, but all in all, still is a round for 3D Max. It still is them pulling further away. This is good. Really good start for 3D Max.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I think I'm agreeing with you. That was kind of my sentiment after that round as well. G2 is showing presence, not necessarily getting like dominated or anything like that, but they're just not winning out the rounds, you know, when it comes to the late round situations, 2v2 here or there. Obviously won out on a 2v1, but ultimately not doing too well in the crunch moments. Timeout here from 3D Max, interestingly enough. So they're taking a second to be like, okay, what are G2 cooking up? What can we respond with? I think they'll also recognize here that getting through that G2 CT side, not going to be easy at all, is it? Let's be honest, right? True. So as many rounds as you can get out of this CT side, blood out of the stone, so to speak, you really have to squeeze as much as you can.
Yeah, and I think the way they're playing right now, that's exactly what we are seeing. Max are cooking. G2 struggling. Orb, Manesi trying a little poke towards outside. He's in Orb in play as well for Maka. Opting for a little bit more of a passive angle. Probably rightfully so. Manesi continues to making a move here. He might just get an opportunity. Lucky's around the corner, but Jocko making a move through Secret. Now, they've played this position quite a bit already. Things got to give. 3D Max, a lot of preference towards outside control for them.
It's like no damage done with a dink, so that's kind of weird.
With a metal, I'm assuming?
I mean, I guess, but still, even 5 damage. A little wild. Nico trying to track here, trying to close gaps. Actually gets bested by Gravity from the side. He's caught reloading on a trade, but enough carnage. 3D Max have got so many bodies around outside here. Exorcist out to take another fight as well. Nexa. Oh, in at mini. Nothing spotted. Smoke going down. They've created some space. Maka's still scared of going heaven, though. I don't know, man. Where's this bomb going?
This is tough. Nexa looking a little flustered, right? Missing a bit of Utah. Going to go for the open plant here. It's good, though. With a smoke in through mains, probably the only safety they're going to get, especially now that that molly did miss through heaven. Someone easily could have made a creep move up. Lucky biding his time. Maka making a move as well. I'm going to find Nexa, thrusting Manesi into a very difficult 1v3. Looks for the first up, misses. As he repositions in through Heart, he's dancing between the angles and surely not got a chance here. Waiting as he gets hunted down. Misses the second chance as well. Glock pulled out, but it's not enough. And 3D Max are going to find themselves yet another round. It's unfortunately just so far not good enough for G2. They are looking very all over the place.
Yeah, it's really, really perplexing, to be fair. They've come in cold, I guess. I don't know. At the same time, I think 3D Max playing a great game. You see what happens in this round, right, where there's a little presence shown from G2 outside, but thus far on the T side, they've actually developed into sort of full-on rounds. And 3D Max, so confident, so comfortable as a team to start that crunch. They got a guy down Secret. They've got multiple players in from main, one at heaven, one also our Unbreakable. They know, maybe, they've done their work, you would hope, that G2 are pretty pack-based here. Oi! Walking into each other. Nexa does manage to make it down the vent, and silently too. Great little play over at the ramp, though, results in a frag. The AWP watching the way out. And a 2-piece for 3D Max. Man alive, this is some really nice Counter-Strike and a great response, you know, G2. They put pressure on ramp. That's something they haven't really done very much. Something that maybe, again, 3D Max are like it's a round they like to fall back on. So well read.
Door opens. Jocko, a little slow to react, does get caught. 4 versus 3, not impossible, but still feeling a little tough. Is Gravity going to make a move here? Nobody else has snuck out a single door just yet. Nex is still the one holding all the cards here, right? Down through vent. They've lost track of him. They've lost control. Once he's found that kill, he's fallen away, and he's been silent. So he can hold all of these rotations down towards the B side, but Hunter and Manesi's still going to make a move here and look towards outside. Lucky waiting in through gap. And now Manesi in such a tough spot. Look at the time as well, 30 seconds. Nexa has to make a move to try and help Manesi outside.
Fine from Manesi. Nice find from Nexa on the response. That unknown quantity that you talked about comes up. Trumps in the end as Maka drops him. Manesi, a desperate attempt to plant here, but they were very ready for him. 7-1. What is happening here? G2 just not showing up. And where's, you know, you feel like you got to have a timeout at this point from them. They're yet to call one. So I am continually getting more and more worried.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a pause. I think we're just getting one as well.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, 3D Max, they've had one. Taz go for his first in the 3rd round, so this will be a 2nd. They only get 3 across regulation. And then one more if you do go to OT, but OT feels like a fever dream for G2 right now. They are quite simply getting cooked in the early part of this game, as the kids would say. 7-1. It has not been pretty. Yes, it's a map that is generally revered as pretty heavily CT-sided, but not this bad. G2 cannot get that engine going. Taz back on the mic. A little conversation with Hooks, and you can see Manessi getting pretty vocal as well, but so far, nothing seems to be given. It's a low buy round for G2. The expectations, again, are going to be another round out for 3D Max. They might try and do something a little quicker. They've been enjoying these A-pops, but not getting too much success with them, bar a few frags out the door. What's the call here? 4 or 3, may I say, towards outside. One playing roof, one playing main. Actually, 3D Max have adapted well. Lucky can play up close.
Oh. Lucky. Oh, gonna need assistance here. Maka covering nicely. That's kind of all they need. And again, I think 3D Max showing some decent respect in every single round. You know, this is the half buy. And we have mentioned it has been prevalent. Oh, the half buys are good. Nico, though, he knows his way around here. A little bit of effort for that one as he gets maybe surprised by it, but everybody's caught off. Back down to a 3 versus 3. Bomb going to get planted. Good result thus far for G2, but certainly in a winnable position. An AK retrieved. The molly as well. Doesn't get much better than that at this point. Post plant in full swing, but they have bought themselves so much time with all this utility that they've had saved up, that they've collected off of the couple players that they have dropped. And are we saving? I think they might just be giving it, you know.
I don't think they want to give an AWP up. Not that money is really that big of an issue at the moment for G2. They've got, of course, that sort of built-up loss bonus on the rounds prior. They've got the bomb plant down now as well. But finally, you know, a slightly quicker round out towards A will work for G2. Bomb goes down. They pick up a couple of rifles as well, so you'll take it. A FAMAS and an AK is not the worst thing in the world to wield. All it took was a couple of kills and one Molotov via heaven, and that is the round. I think probably a sigh of relief more than most towards Taz, right? After a second pause, if that didn't change, they could have been in some dire straits. And it started quite well, but on the side, they get overwhelmed. Nico finding a really big gap here as well for this kill. 3D Max, not the end of the world, not in too much trouble, but you can't let rounds like that just slip away. Will be an MP9 out for Gravity. They are having to dip quite deep into the pockets, the 3D Max side. Even when they have been winning the rounds, they've been taking a fair few casualties.
It's close. It is close. But we'll see here. We will see. It's getting very interesting. G2 back on the board. Bring out one of the big rounds. This is what they talked about in the timeout. Winding the clock a little. And then in for the L smokes, I do believe. Ooh, a little something though. With the mini smoke. That's what you call a wall of smokes, my guy. That is what you call a real wall of smoke. CS2 exclusive with that one. Next, a nice hold from him. However, the lobby crunch is coming in behind him, and he will be eliminated. A great response from 3D Max.
I actually really like the way 3D Max are playing this right now. In most of the ways in which they're setting up their CT side kind of defense, it's very heavily reliant on this sort of pack mentality. They're sticking 2 to 3 people together every single time, and they're just moving kind of synonymously as one. Lucky going for a super passive hold and should get one for free. And he does. Second was there, but just caught off guard by Nico. So back into a 3 versus 3. Hunter holding for this push out from door, but XSC smoked. Maka makes a move out through vent. All pop close is tough though. XSC will join him. Might go for a boost. I do like this. He might actually catch one on the cross out of main. Might get caught though. Flash going to be dropped. They're trying to get out of there desperately, and Hunter going to be caught by it. Time is ticking. This bomb has to go down. And look at it. They're not even sticking it. 4 seconds. They haven't got time. That's it.
It was left outside.
Yeah.
It was left outside, bro. Like, that's rough. I mean, I guess they were already in on the move, you know, kind of tough for them to turn out of there. We'll have to have a little revisit of that round because that is a whoopsie.
I'm surprised Nico hasn't picked it up there, though, right? He gets the trade on towards Lucky immediately.
Yeah,
off the back
maybe
of the
he thought
kill.
he did, you know, and it's just moving so fast.
There's a bomb drop there, gets his kill, and then
He's like right on top of it there.
Yeah.
He probably thought that he picked it up. And no one noticed.
It's a bad
That's one of the
mistake,
things
right?
as well. Like, yeah, for sure. But you know, you look at the mini map, you think you've stepped over it. You don't fully clock whether you've picked it up or not. But the comm comes in, and Nico's like, "I've got the bomb. Let's go." So no one's going to be checking for that because you know you've got that trust in your teammate.
for sure.
It happens, but unfortunately, you know, it's maybe like a 1 in I don't know 500 rounds, maybe a little less than that. The fact that it's happened right here, you know, like. Playoff stages, you're down, you were looking good in the round in and of itself. They probably would have won it. It's rough. It's rough, to say the least.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's it's a real... And do you know the other thing? Not going to shift blame anywhere, but surely one of the guys who are dead is going to come, right, guys? You know, someone's got to get the bomb. Like, I know, obviously, those situations are so hectic. It'd be nice to listen to the comms, right? I understand what went wrong there. Who knows if he ever will. Nectar, though, has cracked open the A site. Found Nectar cease and found a lot of space. He knows one's in through heart. Jocko gets caught. Gravity should trade, and he will. He might get a chance at the second here as well. The spam isn't far off, but they've made their way down Secrets. This is a position controlled by G2, which is very strong.
Not wasting any time getting down there either. So they're going to gain a lot of control quite quickly. Maka is here on the defense. Ooh, I was going to say it's a well-placed smoke. Unfortunately, just no sense of the timing for 3D Max there. Not respecting how quickly they could be up. And, you know, they didn't necessarily waste any time clearing angles and stepping around, walking around. They just zoomed straight in. So a nice confident one in from G2. Taz is up. He is vocal. He is active. Get the energy rolling here.
It's what we need, right? They absolutely need kind of just a bit of a confidence booster. Taz, that's exactly what he's perfect for. And that round can really help as well. Good work. G2 sort of stick together and make that one stick with relative ease. Not too many casualties from them. Exactly what you want. Final round of the half. And unfortunately, 3D Max can't bring a hell of a lot to the table. One rifle for Lucky. He's already out towards Red Crate and a few pistols around him. Even Util is pretty limited out for the CT side. One spotted. We'll get the first. You're going to take that every day of the week. Lucky gets down. He falls away. 5-7. Up close can be deadly, but Hooksy's got other ideas.
Looking good here, isn't it? 3D Max have maybe got numbers, I suppose, but weaponry-wise, not the greatest look. Very, very clean stuff. G2, maybe that's all they needed, a shift up in the pace. Still not going to be the prettiest of halves from them, we must admit, but 4 rounds, definitely workable. It's not complete dire straits moving into half number 2. Doubtful that Maka can get anything done here. He does retrieve the M4, 11 bullets to work with. You know, that's an awkward amount. There's going to have to be a reload in there somewhere. Creeping round, spotted out. They know exactly where he's at now. So should absolutely have this one in the bag. And none of it really matters so long as G2 get it over the line, which they do. 8-4, the turn of the half. A fantastic showing from 3D Max. Let's see what the T side looks like for them now. Catch you in a few.
Hello Joko, we are here with Team 3D Max. So you guys just reached the playoffs, so How do you feel?
I feel very good. That's all.
Nice. What about the Haji guy who left? How do you feel about it?
I feel Gucci. And I don't know.
All right. What else? Nobody was expecting you to reach the playoff, and you still made it. Francine is back on the scene.
Yeah, for sure. It's back for Smash.
Okay. Gravity, you want to take some? We have some talk.
Hello.
You are here with the newbie of the team, Gravity.
Yes.
You're in your first big event. What do you think about the LAN?
The run is good.
Okay, nice. Very nice, guys. Lucky, the experienced guy. Hey! Hi, Lucky. We're here in Malta. You're playing from home since you live in Malta. So, how you feel playing from home?
I mean, I obviously have a huge buff, like so I cannot lose pretty much. So, see us lifting the trophy very soon, obviously.
Right. How you feel about maybe playing G2 your whole team?
I mean, there's pretty much no one that I played with anymore, so it doesn't mean anything anymore, to be honest. But
okay, sorry, I thought he was playing with G2 this whole team. Yeah, sorry.
Me down, never let me go. Take me in, I want you to show. Hold me down, never let me go. Take me in, I want you to show. Don't give up on us, don't give up on love. Don't give up on us.
It's up to Canadian to make it through. Eagle!
Hello, everybody. Welcome back into the second half here. Ready and raring to go into this, to be honest. As is Taz. My goodness, he's quick down the roster there with the fist bumps, but ultimately a keen turnaround in the end from G2. Is it going to be enough is kind of the question that we're asking each other during the halftime break, and I think you make a very good point. If they get this pistol, then we're on. If not, it's going to be a bit of a masterclass on the rifles.
Yeah, let's take a look and see. Hooksy going to try and get up close here, and he gets his head ripped off his shoulders. Hunter onto back for one, but only. Lobby Crunch has come through as Manessi's got a flank. He's looking for a second kill. Is met with a Molotov. They should be able to get a plan here, but Nico's got other ideas as he finds a double and thrusts Maka into a tough 1v3.
He does have the bomb, so at least there is that. I don't know that they've fully confirmed or located the bomb. He goes in for a fake. Nico going to close the gap and indeed gets faked out. Down the vent Maka goes. Nice little read here from him, actually. So I like the look of the 1v3. He's a polite guy, closes the door on the way out, and you know what? That maybe could have cost him his life, but Nexa not only fluffs it up, he also takes so much damage, but the kill comes in eventually. Maka, so close. And you know, if he hadn't closed that door, he may well have been able to use it as an escape route. It's unfortunate. All the same, bomb plant and some kills in there. Decent little recovery. We'll see what 3D Max do with the follow-up.
That was very, very close to going the other way. Like you said, if he'd escaped, who knows what could have happened. But, you know, a pretty chaotic pistol where they just fly in towards lobby. Again, kind of similar to what GT did on their T side. Very reliant on the individual stepping up in the fight. This time they do. Nico's double, massively important. Stopping them rushing out towards the A site. And before you know it, G2 now up to a fifth. They're going to get a real important pistol round. Make it a 3-round game. But of course, a bomb plan will facilitate an investment out of 3D Max. Scout in play for XSCs. A double Galil, Tech 9. 1 AK out for Maka. What a swing. Speak of the devil, he shall rise. Maka with a beautiful one to find Nexa and find a very clear pathway down to the B site.
Nico. Oh, dangerous peek from him. Loses his life. I mean, he nearly found a kill in there, didn't he? But still, we don't want nearly. God almighty, if they lose the force by here, you know, that is maybe game, set, and match for me. We'll see. I'm going to go down. I think you've got to save. I think you've got to save. There's no kills on the platter here for where they're pushing in from. No kit. Ooh, Exorcist could have taken his time for that one. He was turned away. All the same, he confirms the fact that they are saving now.
Yeah, I'm probably just kind of relaying over the fellas as well. Lads, don't go near Secret. Jocko ignores it as he swings in for a fight himself. And he'll be caught at range by the MP9. It'll be 3D Max answering back. Just all well and good finding the pistol, but the force buy is arguably more important. So, with an M4, a double MP9 saved, they might probably just go back into a force. The only thing that worries me is just the kind of the double eco situation off the back of, you know, 1.4k for Nico. I think he had. It's tough. I think they might just try and facilitate another reinvestment for G2. I don't even think they can really make a save here, but we're going to see attack pause before we get into the round itself. So a conversation going to be had. As Taz will get on the mic. Of course, same for Wasink as well, but this is G2's third and final tack pause used here in regulation. They get one more if they take it towards OT. That does seem like a little bit of a far-fetched dream at the moment. Manesi going to wield the Scout and M4 for Nico. A triple MP9 setup. It's not the easiest of buys. 3D Max find this, not only getting 10, but they can push to an 11th as well. Before you know it, this map's under a bit of jeopardy.
It's really scary territory, man. I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. It's kind of wild that G2 have looked this flat on the map that they picked into. As we said, 3D Max certainly comfortable on this. But this is, yeah, that's when you look at, like, just raw numbers. If you go into them a bit deeper, the 3D Max opponents obviously are nowhere near the caliber of what G2 play off against tournament after tournament. Quiet start into this. 3D Max just in back. This is where I begin to wonder, what does their T-side look like? You know, we cast this level of Counter-Strike quite a bit now. Sometimes the T-side's not all that great. Hold on a minute. Seen this somewhere before. They've nicked it. They've had it off G2. That's kind of funny.
One is lurking behind it. They've mollied Secret as well, so they could have committed to it, but it's all a ruse. Nobody making the commitment just yet. Maka. That time of asking, we'll get up there. You two are going to be set up over towards A. This looks like an A pop to come through. Manesi holding with a Scout. Potentially could be Gravity's demise as Hunter plays up close as well. This one comes down. Gravity has to double away. And Hooksy just going to aggress on his own and find a kill for free. No trade either. That's huge.
Hunter, oh, such a good spot, but he's left blinded. The Molotov, however, yeah, it's maybe failed. Maybe that's just kind of what it does. They were expecting to run straight through it. However, because of Hunter's position, it has backfired massively. No more kills from the Molly, but the amount of team damage done there, I think, is going to be quite high. G2 counting their lucky stars to have gotten away with that.
Exactly kind of what we were talking about as well. Sometimes when you look at teams at the level of 3D Mac, you know, upper echelon of tier 2, maybe very strong arguments to be made about tier 1.5. They can look a little stiff on their T sides, but they just don't have these formulated plans. Gravity getting chunked down by the flames there. His own team Molotov. So that's the Molotov thrown by Maka from top roof. It's the clear top hot player, but it does have a little bit of spread behind it. The more wrong it's thrown, the more spread, basically, is that kind of given their way. Doesn't go well for 3D Max. Second time of asking on the force buy out of G2, and they will convert it. And it will break the back of 3D Max, left on towards a low buy. So G2 should be the operative word here, make this a 2-round game. The Eagle holding. Hunter playing out through singles. Nico deep in towards Secret. If Nico makes a move forward, Jocko might be able to catch him off guard. That might be a rifle to be scooped up. But these are all positive signs of what is going to be a near impossible round.
Go. Clean. Very clean. Just grinding out the rounds right now, you know, getting those little sparks of confidence. 2k like that is definitely going to help you. Nexa on a dig here. also clean. Okie dokie. So here we are. The boyos doing well. Maka, unfortunately, has lost control of the bomb here. And may well lose his life in just a moment. Nexa in for the 3k on the MP9. Lots of money being made. No guns going down. And indeed, the small claps. Okay, whoa, we didn't hear it twice there, Taz. He's going crazy out here with the energy, with the man management. But somebody got to do it. You know?
I do feel like G2 are still in a ever so slightly precarious spot, where I think Taz realizes that he's got to just try and keep the vibes as high as. Wasting, we're going to have a conversation with the boys. 3D Max, their final attack pause as well called now. So a 9-7 scoreline for the rest of regulation. There won't be any more opportunities for the coaches to get on the mic and have their thoughts. That was a low buy though. It's not having the biggest of expectations, in all honesty, out from 3D Max. This next full buy feels like if they don't find us, G2 basically tying this game up. That could be them spiraling to success on their map pick. All comes down to this, it feels, right? We've got a quad AK setup with one Galil in the hands of Maka. Smoke out in through single door. That might give them an opportunity to run out towards Vent if they want. The outside cross smoke's going to be dropped as well. Still, not that much of a commitment towards outside, in all fairness. Got two just going to have a little look around, but they're not sending the whole pack there. They're going to sneak around the left-hand side of that smoke.
Cooksy, nice find up close. Jocko as well. Smoke starting to go down now, but he too will be found. The 3D Max T side is on thin ice right now. G2 all over them. Those are upgrades onto AKs as well, so kills worth their weight in gold. Maybe a little bit more. Just 3 remaining here for the Frenchman. No utility. I mean, what do you do? What do you do? They just have to get insanely lucky with some fights if they want to take this.
3v5. All goes quiet. Pop flash from Hunter. Not going to commit to the fight. Just showing a little presence. Has his Molotov as well, which will come down. Nobody tucks in the corner. It's a common position to play. Just behind those smokes. Bomb's still here. And the 3 remaining. The first fight towards Nico has to be flawless. They're then going to find Hunter on top hard. They might get a charge, but Hooksy, other ideas. 2 to his name. The third of gravity. It is not long for this world or this round. Seen off as G2 make it a 1-round game. And once again, they're going to break the spine over towards 3D Max. Big round to take. And I'm now only 1 in it. G2 have really come out the gates flying on the CT side finally.
Yeah, I think this is maybe where, you know, the confidence was for them, really, that as we spoke about as well, getting through this G2 CT side is just so difficult, even for the best teams in the world. You know, if you have Nico, if you have Munacy playing well, and then get one of them backed up by somebody else, in this case it is Nexa, in fact, who's actually at the top end of the scoreboard, so he is blocking out the haters here today. Looking very, very good indeed. Nice find in the early stage. Jocko trying to get down the vent. Punished for it. Quick burst out onto the A-bomb site. Hooksy positioned well. More difficult spray down for him, but surely the rest of the team set up nicely to deal with this one. Just lucky remaining. Clean find there. We need the rounds. I don't think he's going to get that. But maybe a gun to retrieve. We'll see. We'll see. I think you just have to send it here, don't you, really? Up shot going to miss. He is a little isolated for the time being. And there you go. Tech9 closes him down. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's the kill. Oh, lucky. All skill involved here. 1 versus 1 against Nico. He's recovered the bomb in the meantime. The only thing that makes a difference is the armor, right? So he can't take a direct fight against Nico. He has to get the drop on him to win this.
I love this play as well. It's actually so common when you find a kill and you double back in towards Heart that you stick around. You know, you look for a fight. Fire that, but he's going to get a bomb plant towards B. Now where does he play? Nico dropping down vent. Double or single is the question. Lucky going to tuck himself in cubby and hope for a single play. But at the very least, both the doors are closing. I'm right in saying both windows aren't broken. He does have a bit of time to work with, but Nico has the belt of utility. Smoke, flash, and the nade. Time is ticking. Doesn't have a kit to work with. Has been heard as well above him. Oh my god, he's making a good move. And he's going to catch him. That is a ridiculous clutch. A monster move from 3D Max, who stay alive in this map. A brilliant way to do it. Tech9 double, AK scooped up, and a 1v3 converted. Lucky by name and by nature. G2, that is a bad one to lose.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, I just am absolutely flabbergasted, man. That is insane stuff from Lucky. Yeah, I mean, that one maybe he should go down. He didn't even take any damage. You know, Muncie caught completely off guard. And the player in Hut as well, I believe Nexa, also doesn't dish out any damage, just mental. Nice little 1-for-1 to kick us off into this round. Aggressive steps from 3D Max. Don't want to be giving anything else into the mouth of the AWP, however.
Cease. All cross outside. Maka. Top silo. Posted with the AWP. Exercise has taken damage, so I don't really know how much he's going to play out through this position. Choco avoiding the flames. A much slower round once again out of 3D Max. They're hoping for some sort of overextension from G2, and right now not being given it. But the big thing is G2 are burning a hell of a lot of their util. 3 flashes and an 8 is all they've got left to work with. No smokes, no mollies. Could change things. Nico Manesi doubling up, making a move in towards lobby, and they might just be able to catch something off guard. Mac is still on the other side with the bomb. He can't cross unless he gets some support. And back turn. Nico finds 2. Manesi steps up for one of his own as well. And Exercise will just tuck his tail between his legs and hide. That is the round. And that is G2 once again making this a 1-round game.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is the thing, right? G2 are able to just pull rounds out like nobody's business. They're unaffected. Clutches happen. Difficult. Fair play. Lucky. Move on to the next. And sort of the pep talk I would give here is like, come on, man. We're good on the rifles. Look at how well we've been doing. The normal rounds, quote unquote, we're all good. We let the eco get into our heads a little bit. Maybe got a bit giddy. Let's just bounce back, and that's exactly what they've done here. Beautiful stuff. Within 1, and 3D Max can hide away a bomb plant as well is kind of the big thing, so I don't know where the money is going to be. It's serviceable. That's kind of the noise that I've got for it. Not brilliant, but definitely could steal another one away here.
Yeah. Trusty Tech9 back out. Shot. Uncharacteristic that from Manesi. Nico and Manesi that will combine once again. Lucky gets caught out of a single door, and that's the round done. Dead in the water. Mac is all that's left. These like ships of the night just gone past there, and Nico gonna get drive-by there. On the Mac 10. Tech9 can't get any more though. And this game tied right back up. This still feels like it's got a bit of legs to it. However, momentum has shifted, and this absolutely feels like it's G2's game now to lose. They're in control. They've got the bulk of the rounds on this CT side, and 3D Max are starting to falter a little bit on their T sides. They're struggling to even get bomb plants.
Yeah, very, very rough indeed. Not looking good at all. G2 may well be able to complete the bounce back here. I think that's kind of how it's looking. Just so, like, professional, I think is sort of the word for it. Sometimes you're going to lose those silly rounds, but they're just completely unaffected. And 3D Max clearly stuck when it comes to the rifle rounds, when it comes to the comfortability on this T side. They're really lacking in that. And again, I just think it just comes down to the fact of different caliber, different gravy. They can play a lot of their T-sides usually by just scrapping it out, controlling the fights. And, you know, if you're better than your opponents on the day, very cool. If not, it ain't going to go our way. And maybe that's how they're approaching this as well. But G2 are just so efficient on this CT side.
Outside. Making a move around this smoke. They will get down. All 4 making their way. Maka the only real Weapon to work with next to just jump spotting for information. But we spotted out, drops a flash, not going to make a huge difference as he gets out of there. Will be tested though. For the most part, pistol should be fine on the swing. Gets one and the second, so it's okay. There's a big quick flank has come through and Hunter will mop them up. Easy double for him. G2 take a lead, something that has kind of escaped them for the bulk of this game. And they'll find themselves only 2 rounds away from locking in Nuke, which for the most part hasn't looked clean, especially all the way up until that second half was a little bit all over the place. The recovery, though, has been so strong.
Alrighty, here we go. 3D Max. Can they bring it back? Can they find what they've been missing all half long? They won a quick force buy. They won a crazy clutch. No rifle rounds at all. Here we go. Oh, the smoke is late. What is going on, man? They're caught off by a flash. I don't know if it was maybe their own flash. There's no CT assist. Really weird situation. Maka, though, fighting as best he possibly can to pull them back in. Still, G2 hold the advantage. They hold control for number 12.
Lucky and Gravity got a lot to do to try and make this round stick. Gravity has at least snuck his way down lower. And Lucky will hold. Single door blown open, though. He's a little vulnerable. Has to keep double checking between the 2 angles. Could be caught on timing. Manesi gonna check. And yeah, gonna get it for free. It was all a timing play. Lucky could have got lucky, but at this time it's not to be, leaving the youngster, the new boy on the block for this team all alone. Bomb on his back, gonna make his way up then, and I'm sure a dead man walking. Manesi sees it off with his second kill of the round, is 22nd in total. And it will be G2 finding map point here on Nuke. Like we said, the recovery has been emphatic. Now it's just about closing out these final couple of rounds, but a really weird one for 3D Max. No two ways about it. Late and misthrown smokes towards outside. The timing was all off, and I think it's safe to say late in towards this map off the back of the poor starts that G2 had since then, since they've kind of come back alive. 3D Max look a little nervous, and in the same vein that we spoke about for G2, say for 3D Max, sloppy. That's a lot of mistakes creeping through.
Hunter to open up what might just be the beginning of the end for 3D Max. What is the response here from the Frenchman? Huxey's nice and deep in towards the hut. You can just see G2 playing a perfect game right now. No mistakes. They all have a part to play, and to be honest, they're all playing it really well. Even Hunter and Huxey, who are a little quiet, are contesting with the 3D Max frag lines. It is only Maka that is really, really impressing over on that T side right now.
Smokes towards our side. Diagonal smokes coming through. And lead going towards credit. 50 seconds. 3D Max got to make a move. Makes a seat on that creep, and he will actually get decent room towards outside, and he might even just push in towards garage here. It's a good one for him. He should actually get some decent space. Spot. Gravity going to be caught. And already he's feeling like it could be the beginning of the end. Hunter, ult then. Manesi back sight. Flash will come round for Hunter to peek as that smoke fades. I think he's now a known quantity, though, and they actually just going to smoke him out. Swing behind it. Gets caught.
Maybe we're on, we'll see. Huxey, however, was on that flank. The AWP of Munisi stands strong. Oh, he can't land the no-scope, but surely has done enough. Jocko, 10 seconds, caught with bomb in hand, and G2 pull it off. Absolutely incredible comeback from them. A super, super weak and flat start, but a number of timeouts coming round from Taz pulls them back into it, and that CT side, oof, a thing of beauty. So they will indeed take their own map pick. We got Anubis. It's kind of terrifying, you know, if that's something that they can tap into again here, then absolutely it's over. I mean, if they can keep that up for the rest of the playoff breadth, then they're going to be a really formidable team. Jocko not wasting any time with the A main presence. Nobody around to give him a fight, however.
Yeah, they sell bit of a fake, you know, showing a lot of at least audio cues in the direction of A, and they shift to walk away. You can see, pop flash, send Hunter around that corner. He won't spot anything. So G2, they heard a little bit of an audio cue towards A, and it goes quiet. They've kept the presence there, but both Hooksy and Hunter have kind of had their respective peaks. They've looked out through main and water, not spotted anything. The only vulnerability is through mid, and that's what's going to be tested here as Nico holds and waits. Flash in the corner. Will get caught by as Nico doubles away. Full blind, but he does get a tag.
Hunter with the Julies. Oh, they're all round for him. He just can't get the headies fast enough, and the B bomb site fallen flat like that. Bomb plant going to come in here now. Nexa working his way around. No kills presenting, though. They're playing nice and safe here on the 3D Max side of things. Do not want to mess up the opportunity. Well-timed Molotov. Want to see out from Dark. Would be big if he can find this head here. He knows there's got to be presence around that corner, and it's all a bait play at the moment. Too quick. Ah, yeah, they shut him down before he even really gets going. Nico also just out of the round. It's Maka on the backside there, finding a quick 2K and an incredibly dominant pistol. Something a bit unorthodox. It seems to work beautifully for the Frenchman.
Yeah, you know, obviously it looks just very well prepped, right? They've obviously come in towards us and they say, you know, this is our idea. This is what we're going to bring to the table. And hey, it works. Cannot complain basically at all. Very simple, very solid. So now we have to look at maybe how they're going to carry this on when it comes towards the gun rounds. That's at times where things did struggle for 3D Max. Those gun rounds were yeah, they're a little uncomfortable on a few different occasions. Force buy though, caught by G2. I'm not a huge fan of the force buys on the CT side, but if they can make it work, then maybe there might be a conversation. First kill found by Nico as he sneaks through that smoke. Next drop close, might get one. It's Nico actually who trades.
We'll see the next two fall. Looking good now as they find their advantage back on the 3D Max side. Jocko, Mac 10 in hand. Oh, he's getting baited in. Don't go around that corner. Don't go around that corner. It's exactly what they want you to do. Hunter trying his best to sell it, but Jocko going to wait for his teammates to come in. Nice find from Hooksy. Just take the damage, take the gun away. Nothing Hunter can find. Still, really, really expensive round there. Yeah,
it is. It is one of those where absolutely, I mean, walk away with Nico getting that double out the gates is exactly what you want to see. If you're going to go for a force buy, you've got to at the very least come in and walk away with doing some real damage towards that T-side econ. And yes, they don't walk away with a round, but I think they can be relatively happy with that. 3 kills is not too shabby. They don't have a hell of a lot to work with here, so it should be 3D Max finding 3 out the gates without that much of a question mark. Only a double deal to have to deal with. Already, one of them dead. Nico gets caught.
Oh, Jocko thinking about the molly. Was nearly going to go for it. Just trying to find good timing on it, I suppose. Nade plus the molly, but Hunter stands strong in the corner. Nowhere that he can go at the moment, so he has to go into the fray. And he will fall. Still, any damage going to be good. Nice to see him getting one on the board. A quiet game from him on Nuke. Be nice to see. Again, we've had vintage Nico. Maybe some vintage Hunter. Is that too much to ask?
I have to say, he's not exactly shown us too much in this series so far. He was pretty limited at times. One spot on the cross. Exorcist finds the kill. And goes Manesi. Nexa trying to slip through, but yeah, not going to be given that luxury. That is that 3-0 start. Now, though, here's the first true conversation about what we've got, right? We saw the exact same thing, basically, in that previous map where things start really well for 3D Max, which is great. Do need to see what they're like on the gun rounds. The T-side gun rounds were pretty woeful. Granted, very different map in terms of how they're fundamentally approached that of Nuke and Anubis, but I'm not going to give them the confidence just yet or the praise just yet until I see what they're like against the guns. Of course, 4x will mean the AWP in play from Nessie. Yet to get a kill. Nico going super aggro in towards water. Not spotting anything.
No one really presenting here on that G2 side. At least not where the T fights are, in theory, going down. There's nobody around on either team. However, we might get it a bit in towards middle here now. Or we might get it quite heavily in middle, actually. So many CTs on the way. And indeed, 3D Max set and ready to go around this corner. Nexa. First line of defense, looking good. Trade is there, but only one of them. Not enough from 3D Max. Really, really solid move from G2 to rotate everybody in.
Molotov come down as that bomb trying to be recollected. Manesi will fall. An opportunity with 45 seconds. Either way. All goes eerily quiet. There's not a huge amount on offer right now. 2 versus 3, 25 seconds. They've really got to make a decision here and now. Are we going to go for a save and try and reinvest next? Or are we going to give this a go? And they might actually just slip the net towards A. They could actually wrap through and get a plan here backside.
Looking good. Well-placed Molotov. It's not quite good enough, though, unfortunately. Nico still around, drops the bomb. Even then, it felt like he dropped it at 2 seconds. I don't know that they would have had time to get the bomb down. I'm not going to lie to you. So I think round was kind of over anyway. But Nico denies completely. It will indeed be G2 getting on the board. A lovely setup from them once again at middle. Pays dividends.
So, 3D Max looked in the mid to late round. They got a little lost there. G2, first gun round goes their way. Kind of reinstating what we saw in towards Nuke. Agro play here. Nico going to find the first. Great swing and a fine. Gravity gets deleted. And he doesn't overextend. Just drops a smoke and doubles away. Perfect play from G2.
Again, really good reads here in terms of the setups as well. Moving a lot of players towards B. Going to try and do something with this. Maka misses the shot. He's been good on this map as well. It's not like he's just come into it a bit flat. So, rough to see. Want to see we'll run with that opportunity. Of course, a nice late smoke here to keep A main at bay.
And the smoke, Jocko was creeping through, but it's Exorcist to find that kill. As Nexa drops, maybe a chance. It'll come down, but actually avoided for the most part. As Nico met with a Molotov, gonna stick around in for the fight here, but he gets nothing off it. And now making a creep move. Lucky on the backside, we're gonna find one. Manesti on the turn, caught by a neighbor, still alive. Not able to double it down though. 2 versus 2, 35 seconds. On the bottom of the back of Lucky, it's Nico Basie, the main man to try and deny.
Oh, shoulder. Spotted. Here's the second. He softened them both up. Split the difference there. It's Hooksy left to clutch up. Would be a hell of a thing if 3D Max get this one over the line after such a great start for G2. Smoke comes in. What are his options? I think he's just going to look to go straight through this. Yeah, indeed. Oh, and there it is. The low HP plays a part against Lucky, but Exorcist, that is a confident peak with only 27 health points. He'll still win out the fight, though. Fair play.
Yeah, well done. Massive round as well. Had to be taken by 3D Max. They were in a little bit of a spot where we saw back-to-back gun rounds come through from G2. Even if we're talking about bomb plants and the rest, they could have been in a lot of trouble. Thankfully, it's not the case, right? So good work. French side will continue their stellar, strong start to their map pick. 4-1. G2. They did back into a buy, but it does have to require a double MP9 to facilitate. It's not exactly the easiest. Triple M4 around, and the main thing that they're lacking is utility. Firepower's whatever, but only having 3 smokes to work with left, with 1:30 on the clock, is going to be very tough to fend off an execute or even maybe attempt a retake.
Quiet one into this. Gravity pushing up through middle quite quickly. Usually an area of contention, and this is where, you know, the guesswork comes in, but we know G2 have not really been playing anyone there early. A B main push in this round, completely dry. Lucky knows that they're out, but he's unsure where they ended up. They're trying to make it look like one of those, you know, pretty conventional peaks that you see a lot of the time. And then, oh, there's no one there, let's drop back. Hunter was sort of the sneaky player, but not sneaky enough for 3D Max.
A little bit of a move here on the swing. Hooksy will find. Architecture C's trying to make a trade here. Drive by and will drop. Numbers again taken back by 3D Max as they want to pop towards A. There's two players here to meet them though. Gonna get a pincer maneuver. Nico, what have you got for us? Nexa down low. Nico up on high. Gets the first. Looks at the second deleted. Site vulnerable. Cracked open. I'm an SC left in a 1v3, but a salvageable one because look at the HP.
Yeah, especially for this guy, right? We know him to be comfortable in a clutch. A quieter game at the moment. Not been tested as much, you might argue. Oh, he's now spotted out, and they're looking to overwhelm him here as well. He can't find the frags. They escape him. The bullets just do not land, do not connect. 3D Max starting to steamroll once again. Similar story to Nuke. The difference being here, of course, is that T side. It is that takeover that 3D Max are looking for, and they're right on the precipice.
So far, so good. A lot to like. You know, we were very confident about what we saw out from 3D Max in that first half of the first map. And then it did just fall apart. Anubis is probably one of the only maps that we can consider T-sided. One of the only ones that is generally revered in that way. Double nade, double find. Nico and Hooksy getting caught. Very good start. This pistol buy basically not really doing all too much. They're still sticking up with this mid-aggression. We're going to dip over towards A now. Bomb looking towards B.
Quiet build-up once again. Unfortunately, for G2, as you say, the A-lean is going to be the incorrect call. And they're making noise over there as well here. So 3D Max being a bit annoying. Probably even going to send a body in to go looking and discover that it is a stack. Exorcist might be able to take a kill or two away, but that bomb is very ready. Ooh, to go flying into B. Nice turn away from Exorcist. Lovely little frag from him, but he confirms the location of the final two. Completes his mission, and now maybe an opportunity at the M4, but at the end of the day, they'll be looking to buy that away. Easier said than done. Next, though, I think they're still after him. Yeah, and he does know it, so he's looking for a location where he can hide away and save this M4.
Well, can he? Is the question. I think he should be fine. The question mark is there Maka, who's kind of got the right idea. He's having a little look over towards Carpet, and he might just be able to find him. It's all about timing for Nex, and he looks like he might be in trouble. Checks in time. Will survive. Two more coming his way in just a sec. He's making noise dropping down, so I don't know exactly where he is. He's not surviving. No chance in hell. Will fall any moment. Jocko will swing, and Jocko will drop. Lovely work. 3D Max 6-1. Now, if I'm right in saying it was a 7-1 scoreline on map number 1 before things then turn back on their head. So look where we are at the moment. A very similar sort of position. You know how that previous map ended. G2 gonna need another one of those classic G2 comebacks. First pause.
Here we go then. Yeah, I'm liking the pause, man. I feel like Taz has got to get in here and, again, spur them up. It took a bit of time, it took a bit of work, but they did manage to obviously bounce back. Still smiles, still positivity.
Yeah.
I think they're riding through here. They know, again, CT side, weaker side, confident in their attacking end. There's some stuff in here that they won't have seen before, etc., etc. But still, they have to put up some kind of a defense here, and now would be a good time to do it. Brilliant buy.
So, Let's see. Grouping of 4 via B here, but 3 from the CT side to meet them in just a moment. Molotov will come down a little bit too late. They're going to get out in front of it. Boss, Gravity be the first to fall. Jocko and Lucky going to answer back. Huge kills. The orb shot misses. When SC met with Molotov, has to just dip away. Nico double dips in himself via that smoke, and we'll find Lucky for free, but the bomb should be able to go down here. A little tentative. Now the plan comes through. 3v3.
Oh, let's see. I think, was it shot landed or was it the nade? Difficult to tell. He, unfortunately, eats a bullet in the cranium, so we'll never find out fully. G2 looking to try and get the retake going. Nico makes a bit of noise there with that jump, so that's the location of 1 confirmed at the very least. A couple flashes come round. That's just to keep them at bay. Very disciplined stuff from 3D Max. Not giving them a way in at all. And there you have it. 7th round for the Frenchman. Looking really scary now.
Yeah, they are. They really are. This is good. This French side, gun rounds, the low buy rounds, everything on this map seems to be working. This is, without a doubt, an absolutely rehearsed map from them. They must have seen, you know, what happened versus the Mongols for G2, the previous roles where things have gone right, where things have gone wrong, and figured out how we're going to beat this side. And at the moment, everything is going to plan. This has 3 maps written all over it at the moment. 7-1, a dominant display. G2 can barely scratch the surface. Back into a buy, no open play from an SE. They got 2 kills to his name as well. Not often you see him underperforming, and not at that sort of level as well. Bottom of the scoreboard for G2 is a real rare sight for an SE. This is as we're heading into the tail end of this first half.
Yeah, really not a good sign, is it? You know, one of the things that we said at the top of the show, and that maybe not in this tournament, to be fair, but maybe then the caliber of team that they've been playing off against is not the highest or the hardest. But generally speaking, there's been this line about m0NESY show, he's got to pop off. Maybe if he gets a bit of support, they can win the game. So if he's not... Oh! Okay. I think Exorcist was getting spammed through there a little bit, to be honest. Pretty sure he slowed down in that fire, and yeah, embarrassing way to go. A great start for G2, but yeah, the point still stands. If m0NESY is not up to par, they really struggle. However, like I say, we've seen that in a few games here. The one against M80, that loss to M80 was really down to m0NESY not showing up. Super close game. The rest of the gang tried the best to pull it up, but it just wasn't enough.
It's one of those things, though, for me, the worrying thing is just the reliance. Having to have him show up is the big one. Speaking of the devil, and he shall arise. A double is huge to keep things back in their favor. And look towards A, they've got a lot of success here, but Nico got other ideas. Let them cross. He'll just get in behind. Jocko spots and drops. There's a chance. And a plant behind the smoke too. Orb spotted. Refaces, refights, and finds. Round on. Hooksy being held by Maka with the AWP. And Maka might have just spotted the shoulder. And Maka don't miss. Not those. Getting loud, getting proud as he stares down G2. Another big round. And that's a 2 versus 4 converted for 3D Max. Another really poor round to lose for G2.
Oof, super rough. That looked like it should have absolutely gone over the line for G2. They will be so annoyed with themselves for not getting that one. You know, we were sort of smiles a little bit when it was 6-1. Recoverable. We're having a timeout. Let's make this work, fellas. But after a round like that, it is tough to remain positive. I can tell you that for free. Timeout comes in from 3D Max as well. They're doing really well on that to be like, okay, we have to stay in the game. We have to stay ahead. Again, recognizing that when things flip over, G2 will have their hand and their chance at the T side. So we have to give them as little room as possible. You remember last time, 8-4, right, was a nice little recovery at the end for G2. It swapped over, and then they took over the game. They had too much room. So 3D Max have got to bring it to like 10-2 probably to give themselves that space to work with.
thing is as well, I think that pause for me, it's about making G2 sit on it, right? You know, you've just had a 2v4 loss. Sit in that and think about it. You know, it's real mental games. They're going to really tilt aside by doing something like that. I love it. Maka finds the first. Manesi gets caught. 4 and 10. Ah, he has been rough. The baby goat not living up to the name just yet. Has been struggling. Molotov of Force hooks he back. Has taken a bit of the tag as well. So information gained.
Decent look. However, Gravity and Jocko will manage to open up the B-bomb site easily. No real resistance from the G2 half-bite. Not looking good. Not looking good.
This has got map 3.
For sure. I think 3D
no
Max
chance.
absolutely should be able to work from here. Unless G2 can give us a masterclass. I mean, look, when Anubis first came out, I would maybe say, yeah, we're seeing T-sides that are like 10, 11 rounds long, but I don't think it's going to be the case here.
It shouldn't be. Not at this level. Not at this kind of stage of CS2 and how long this map has been in the pool. Oh, this is so far so good. French Counter-Strike fans celebrating. As everything is locking itself into place. Next, I want to assume Survivor there at the end. I don't really know. I'm going to say yes. Timing was okay. Might have even got a kill as well, to be fair. But all in all, very simple round. That kind of half buy and a couple of rifles wheeled in there, an SMG, and a few upgraded pistols. Didn't do all too much. I'm assuming, actually, it will be a... Maybe next didn't survive. Maka. Seems to be a little issue out of him. Tech balls to come through. Hopefully nothing too bad. Might be giving comms next. It did survive. So there we go. But he's going to go for an upgrade either way. I saw him at M4 just before he went to this tech issue. Mic issue, it seems. I'm judging by the fact that he's testing it. And hopefully a quick thing to fix. Just turn it back on.
Well, indeed, yeah. Usually all good. CS at the moment is being a little annoying, you know, tabbing players out, maybe not connecting to the right audio. What would be the source? Audio source. So they should know what they're doing. We also have a team, bruv. There's not just one ref.
Yeah.
They're all on standby, ready to go in the playoff.
Squad pull up. Yeah, all for like, you know, different specialties as well, right? So, you know, like a pit stop. Come through, change it up, let's go. Looks like something to do with, I'm assuming, mic levels. I'm judging by gestures and lip reading of French people speaking English. So don't take my words as 100%. Looks like it's okay. Headphones going back on. So hopefully get things started once again. But yeah, really good start. Really, really good. We've had one round, basically. The fourth round went the way of G2. And then ever since then, one-way traffic. Speed 3 rounds in a row. Super simple, super easy. I mean, some of the individuals stepping up again. Maka's looking great. You know, 13 and 4. He finds himself currently 114 ADR. He's loving life in the server. And Jocko and Lucky ain't too far behind. I mean, Gravity and Ecstasy, both on 5 kills, haven't really been called upon all too much, but it doesn't matter. Taz trying his best to rally the troops a little bit, but I think G2 look a little defeated here on Anubis. I feel like mentally, they might be already starting to think about Inferno. If this goes to double digits in the first half, I don't think they've got a chance. That'd be a big comeback even by G2 standards, who love a comeback.
It's true. It is very true. We'll see here. They've got to pick up every single round going for a good 5 or 6. Oh, what a shot from Maka. Holy hell. 3D Max not out of this round just yet. It was a quick 4v3 in favor of G2. Something aggressive, something in the face of their opponents. It's what started to work for them on Nuke. But Maka keeping 3D Max in this one for sure. Definitely not a surefire thing, but you can see the G2 players split across the map.
Gravity. Have a little look here. Going to be left alone for now in his ventures, but he'll get the support in a second. So him and Maka can start to make a little move. Gravity leading the charge. And actually, they're going to get a lot of early coverage over towards B. All this kind of dark control for free. And even if they want to push through main a little bit, it's not bad either. Pop Flash, of course, will give away the ruse of what they're trying to pull off. And a Molotov will slow them down. Nectar doubles over in rotation. Lucky's got to pull off something here. Spotted, dropped, but the hands of Hooksy. A nade should do a lot, but it doesn't get the kill.
Ooh, Hunter, big find from him, however. He's also got pressure on the backside now, so Gravity only has one way to go, and Hooksy says that is down into the grave and into the next round. Second comes in, G2, again, resurgence towards the tail end. French side have got to be careful about taking their foot off the gas here.
Yeah, especially off the back of a tech pause as well. It's a very easy way to get kind of iced out a little bit. So yeah, you're spot on. Just make sure that you see off this half comfortably. Like I said, double digits. Feels like then the map is on the lock and key. Not saying that 9-3 is by any means significantly better, but it at least gives maybe some stability. I'll be a fight up through A main here. Jocko up close. Will double away. Early presence in towards A main. A lot of audio cues. And doubling away. Very similar to the pistol. 3D Max this time, they've got all the util to try and give them space once again. Two players playing out here. Messi and Nexa going to try and do this. Messi going to play up on Pillar, and he might even just get a little aggro here too. On the push, nobody up close. He's going to get so much information with the smoke down too. If they pop through this could be a death wish, and it might be. Messi, make that too. Beautiful stop. AK scooped up as he wants more. It's a bad play. Never pop through a smoke in towards that guy.
Insanely desperate play, it feels like, from 3D Max. I don't know that that is really required, to be honest. And yeah, just kind of continuing a bit frustrated across the board. They've got to be careful here. They really do have to be careful. G2 getting their claws in. It's a light grip at the moment, but it'll be difficult to shake them off. Nade does minimal damage to Exorcist. Lucky going to go down on the other side. Looking like that's going to be it for the round. A flawless one to finish it off. 9-3. Still not quite good enough from G2 there on the CT side. But as we mentioned on Nuke, if they can get themselves rolling, it could be a scary, scary second half for 3D Max. More of the same, say G2. We'll catch you after the break.
Alright.
Oh, hello.
Ilya, I want to say, first of all, how's your back?
How's my back?
Yeah.
Back hurts. Yes.
From carrying?
No. I'm 19 already, so.
But I mean, like, yeah, you're getting older, but like, how does it feel with all this weight on your shoulders?
Doesn't feel bad. All good.
All good? You're sure? You're sure you're good?
Everything is fine, Rasmus. Thank you.
Okay, good. I'm happy to hear. Nexa, so how does it feel to be the best anchor on the team?
The best anchor in the team? Maybe fourth best anchor in the team?
Okay, but then how does it feel to be the not worst offer?
Not worst offer? Who is worse?
Actually, Nima did good today, in fact. Yeah. So, yeah, how does it feel to be the worst?
Amazing.
Okay, we need to be a bit serious. What went wrong in the group stage for us?
What do you mean? We're in playoff. It was amazing.
True.
You live and you learn.
You live in present.
True. What?
You live in present.
Yeah, but It was maybe not the smoothest game against the Mongols, and they made it the first time. Can you say a bit more?
They are good. We were not.
That's true. That's true. Never. Hunter, what do we have to do in the playoff to win 5 games in a row? That's a lot for an inconsistent team like us.
Mission impossible.
All right, so what would you be happy with then? Quarterfinal maybe?
Just game by game. Tomorrow, first game against Big. We need to win Big, and then we look forward for the other opponent who is waiting for us, 3D Max if we win. Then we have Mouse. Of course, we have the easiest bracket as usual.
Yeah, we always have the easiest.
If we don't go to quarters or semis, then we should disband, as people like to say.
True. And what do you want to ask me next time?
Yeah, how's prep going?
I'm almost done actually. No joke.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Wrong maps.
Wrong maps?
Yeah.
Again?
Yes.
It's okay. We just blame Victor. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, blame Daz.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Anubis. G2, small bounce back there. Still a 9-3 half. Not the best in the world, but 8-4, they made that work. This is not too much worse. We'll see. T-side now, I think they're going to be confident for this. It's what they're all about. And a pretty good map for G2, all things considered. 3D Max have to keep their eyes on the ball.
Yeah, I mean, G2 going back-to-back 7-1 score lines against them is not great. They're going quick. Hang on. No one's home. The red carpet rolled out towards the B site, so they're giving free entry. Bonplan comes down in a full 5-on-5 retake here for 3D Max. We're very quickly into the pistol here. And 3D Max are very slowly making a move. Hooksy going to be first contact. There's a triple rotate coming in for the flank.
Hooksy. He spots them all out, just can't find any kills. They've got a kit here as well, Neo. This looks pretty good for 3D Max. Oh, a failed flash, though, might make a difference. Nico not blind, and he should be. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What is that? I'm so perplexed, but the round continues. The Julie's keeping it alive. The kit gets on the bomb, but Nexa has enough time to clean up house. Holy hell. We have to see that again. That is the most insane flick I think I've seen this man pull off. Oh my God.
Oh, they needed a hero as well, and they absolutely get one. Who steps up? Nico, a ridiculous 3K coming through. And Next as well, fair play to him under the pressure. Those 2 kills at the end, but yeah, just insane stuff. I mean, Nico really to showcase what he's got in those back pockets sometimes, man. And especially, you know, coming in towards the second half at such a deficit, that's the start that they absolutely need. There is no 2 ways about it. So, all well and good. Still a 5-round deficit, but a low buyout from 3D Max, so it should be G2 up to a 5th, and maybe, just maybe a chance. But yeah, a ridiculous round coming through. Also, a weird call from 3D Max, just completely leaving the B site open. But, good attempt at the retake. Doesn't quite work. Once again, looking towards A this time, and it's also empty. They've gambled twice, and both times it's paid off.
Yeah, it's difficult for 3D Max. The call's already going the way of G2. It's one of the big things. You know, physically, this is going to be difficult. Although the players are a bit quieter, but you've got Nico looking really good, especially after the previous round. And then mentally, it's going to be really hard to play against these guys. What is the calling going to look like? Can the brain box of Lucky get the game going? A little bit of damage here. Not all that much, though. Mac 10's making plenty of cash.
So, a round in which we're not going to take too much away from. Yeah, all in all, this next gun round of the 3 max. Very, very important. We saw the second half of Nuke was pretty woeful. They were 8-4 up, and they only managed to get 2 rounds in the entirety of the second half. It was a really good comeback from G2, and we give them all the sort of credit for it. 3D Max want to make sure that doesn't happen again. It's only a 4-round game, and I say only quite tentatively, but it's basically a couple of full buys. 2 out of 4, maybe. 3D Max in that stint. That CT side economy can be very feeble, very easy to chip away and leave it long term in a tough state. Lots of hooks are going to come around. Jocko might be forced either forward into a fight or most likely a little bit more passive back on towards the site itself. So you can opt against it for now, though. Oh, never mind. It's a full match match medic. The round reset. There we go. I'm assuming maybe a crash of some sort. Yes, seems to be the case. Gravity. Headphones off for him. Thankfully, before damage or anything like that. So, just go again. No, not too much of an issue.
Yeah, it should be all good. They're never nice, you know, to just take you out of the... We'll be a bit more prepared for. Indeed, that will be a game crash. He needs his phone for his Steam guard.
Steam, yeah.
Nearly dropped someone else's phone, lol. But we're all good. I saw that, but it's all. He's a pro gamer. He's got quick hands. He's got quick reactions. So he caught it, but the bigger phone nearly threw him off there.
Yeah, it's a great time to upgrade your phone as well. See, like, you know, Nico's got like iPhone 15 Pro Max. I don't even know what the new iPhone is, but I'm assuming.
I think they got rid of
number
Pros.
15, maybe.
Like Max. Now.
Oh, we're not good enough for the Pros.
Maybe they got rid of the Max version. Or something. They definitely changed the
pretty big
nomenclature. There's your fancy word of the day. Pronounced correctly.
Sounds like a spell.
A lot of people say nomenclature, and by a lot of people I mean Americans.
That definitely sounds wrong. That just doesn't roll off the tongue as well. So yeah,
you know what they're like. Like the way things are named.
For the people at home, definitely not for me.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah. Just I don't know. Like if you want to call some like a T-shirt or is an item of clothing that's got a particular name, but then it's like dropped shoulder T-shirt that you're adding a bit to it. You know, it's like
sure.
It's classification.
Right. Okay. No, I feel that. I like that. That's a word that you taught me, but I'm never going to use. Yeah, forgetting it like as we speak. I'm actually forgetting how to pronounce it rapidly. So, but for now, it is just a little refresh. Hopefully back on the way in just a moment. Seems like the phone's been used, the Steam guard and all the rest. So it's coming through. Weirdly enough as well, I've seen it seems like, I don't know, you know, no one really knows what's the causes of the crashes. I know it happened to a mate of mine yesterday playing a pug. It's a bit weird. You can't do anything about it seems at the moment. A lot of them seem to be on Inferno. This one obviously not, but it seems like Inferno really specifically, at least at the pro level, seems to be played with them.
Yeah, maybe just a coincidence. If you think about it realistically, we do have a relatively small sample size of crashes. You know, for me, that just feels maybe a bit more coincidental. There's obviously a few brains out there that know what's up. They might have a bit of a better idea. So we'll see moving forwards. I've been all good. I've got a little bit, and it might be some hardware acceleration somewhere. I know Discord was causing a bit. I've turned that off. But my alt tabbing is a little dodgy. Do you know what I mean? It's really weird. Like I tab in.
Yeah, so there's the tab bug.
But then 5 seconds later, I just freeze. It's like, what the heck, mate? You know, what's going on there?
Yeah. The tab bug is probably one of the more prominent ones, which happens to kind of like, you know, us, the regular Joes, so to say. Yeah, so far, I think for G2, not a terrible spot for them to be in. They're slowly starting to get back into this game a little bit. They're slowly starting to showcase what they've got to offer. We saw this happen in the second half. We saw on Nuke, where they, 9-2 they went in that half, showcasing exactly what they've got to work with. But yeah, Crash seems to be getting to the point of conclusion.
Yeah, it just takes time, and obviously it's a process of him like logging back into his Steam account that needs to be heavily monitored.
Good time to change the inventory now, though.
Sure.
You can't do it when you're in the queue.
Are you allowed to do that though?
Nah,
I mean, like, it's a rule thing. If he
can't see why not.
His skins, they're like, whoa. What kind of, weird stuff are you pulling?
I can't see why not. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. I'm actually trying to brainstorm a reason behind it, but I can't think of any. So I think you'd probably be absolutely fine. I mean, bar the whole thing of like, stop wasting everybody's
I suppose, right?
Skins.
There's just some things like that where you can't see a reason behind it, but they just kind of ban it a bit,
Yeah.
That might be why, like,
just in case they need a reason. Yeah.
You never know. Maybe he's orchestrated this whole crash because he doesn't have the right knife on.
No, it's part of the plan. He just volleyed his PC under the desk, and it's like, it's all part of the master plan. Guys, I don't know what happened. Either way, we are back underway. It's 9-5. 3D Max are still comfortably in the lead, and oh my god, nice shot. Well, I say nice shot through the smoke. Hooksy didn't see it coming. Jocko will take it every day of the week. And look back over towards main as well. Gravity sees the Uto, so drop a flash of his own to pop himself round, and it might just work. Nico is full blind. Oh, but Gravity, that's messy. Reswing, Jocko refined, and a tag on towards Manesi. Surely, a dead man walking in this situation. Yeah, he is seen off. Jocko, what a round. 4 kills to his name.
Well, that is not what G2 wanted. The comeback train stopped before it even really leaves the station. 3D Max taking us to a third is what they are after, and I think it's looking very, very likely for me, to be honest now. Yeah, super clean there as well, you know what I mean? There really wasn't much of a contest, no plant to contend with. G2 right back to square one, unfortunately. They do have a bye, so it's maybe square 1.5, but ultimately there's a lot of work to be done.
Let's see. Triple AK, Galil, Hooksy on the Tech 9. Not terrible, is feasible. Still does feel ever so slightly improbable. Next making a lot of noise out of A main. They've been given mid here for free. But it feels like it's part of the plan. Maka and Hooksy, they do not realize that they are next to each other. There's no way. Quite literally like ships in the night. Hooksy, oh my god. How is he still alive? The spam and the tag. Maka would have heard that. I don't know what he's looking for, though. I don't know what is going on. Maka will fall away. I'm sure he would have heard that tag on towards Hooksy, though, surely. But he's going to give him the space. Maka, reloading. I can't believe it. He tagged him, and I'm sure he must have heard it. But he will die, and Hooksy gets a gun. Tech Now going to continue rocking forward and gets one more. I can't believe what's happening in this round. Trade surely to come through, and Hooksy giving yet one more. Nearly even a fourth. What is this round?
I'm shaking my head. I've nearly got my head in my hands, so I can't imagine how 3D Max are feeling. Bomb goes down, and there's no they can do about it. Nico, insult to injury here. Going to find them both? No, Lucky does get the better of him, but whether he'll get the better of the rest of G2 is, of course, the big question. They're after him. They'll know now that he's unlikely to be towards A main. He's definitely not pushed through it, but he's found the gap. He's threaded the needle. They're in hot pursuit. He's quietly trying to make it out of here without giving his position away. They're slowly going to figure it out. You got to keep going, Lucky. You can't stop here. They're after you, mate. And they will indeed take him down. So, nice clean one comes through. G2 eliminating the entirety of the CT side. Still a long road ahead. But with a break of the bank, it'll give them a nice springboard hit.
Yeah, I'm so baffled, though, by this round. I cannot believe that. It's got to be a situation of cluttered comms, something along those lines. But Hooksy getting the first kill was wild enough, but getting 2 more on top of that, just bonkers. It's a terrible round to lose for 3D Max. And that one really could have been the dagger as well, right? Finding that round could have absolutely broken the back of G2 with that kind of force buy, but Yeah, not to be. Flashing the corner. Mac 10 could mop up some cash here. And they will. Double for Hooksy, double for Nexa. And the third and final scene off. Plenty of money in the back pockets. Low buy around a 3D Max. Just a bit of a throwaway. Nothing to really discuss there. But this next gun round could be very important. You don't find this 3D Max, and this could be G2 hot on your heels. What's called? Yeah, I mean, for Wassink here, big discussions to be made. They're not actually in the most comfortable of spots, despite, again, the first half they've put up. Surely, right? Not another situation where we got to sit here and talk about a G2 comeback. I mean, you've got to give credit to G2 in terms of their consistency on the comebacks, but surely it's got to be such a nerve-wracking thing if you're Taz or, you know, any upper management or anything of the lot just watching, you know, the G2 slow start feels like an inevitability. Now they're only 3 rounds away. And round back in place for the Max. And if they want this map, this one feels like the most important one we've seen thus far. This would stop the momentum right in their steps there for G2. 3 Max got to find this.
Lucky spam. Nothing found. He's going to eat some nade damage, but ultimately all good. Kind of a quieter start, at least in terms of the fights. G2 making their presence known at middle and looking to bait them in for the scraps. Spam away here is close to finding kills, but nothing on the cards just yet. It's the push around the corner for Lucky. An off angle from him. A double kill as well. Well adjusted onto that second. Sets up Maka through the smoke. 3D Max looking to get back on the board.
Messi now making a move. 2v4. Surely going to be caught, right? Molotov comes down. Tunnel visioned in, and yeah, Maka sees him off. Nice work. And Nexa, I don't really expect too much out here in the 1v4 with the bomb down. No real chance he's seen up on XSC's 3D Max. I said that's the most important round we've seen out of them thus far in this map, and the fact that they take it is huge. Really will change things. Off the back of the pause too, must be a real sigh of relief for Wassink. Now only 2 rounds away from pushing us to that third, pushing us towards Inferno. And for G2, a big comeback needed.
Yes, indeed. A lot of work going to be required. I mean, we keep saying that, though, and the difference here compared to Nuke is the fact that 3D Max are just staying present, getting the odd round here or there, not allowing G2 to fully combine them. Nexa will open quite quickly towards A main there. 3D Max opting to go for a push-in. We would debate in a position like this, you know, 11-7, do you have to be making those types of moves? Looking for another move here as well towards Dark. Hooksy. Oh, he had the timing, the damage. He just doesn't get the kill. That is surprising, to say the least. Bomb going to bail, however, and they're looking for a different avenue of attack now towards middle. They might just get away with it. Lucky, did he spot anyone there? Was he looking for them? I think he might have done, you know, because there's a quick move here from Maka, but they've slowed down. They know A might be vulnerable, but they're all good. They've got mid control. Let's try and work with that.
Yeah, under a minute, Ryan. They've got to make a decision about where we want to go. Now, the shot Maka. Trying to catch them on the cross, and he might get a second shot at it as well. No immediate trade. The worrying thing is not exactly the greatest belts of util for G2. They've got 1 molly in the back pocket of Nexa, who is lurking out here and should get 1 for free. He'll find Jocko. That might drag Maka away, but Lucky will answer back, and Gravity will deliver. Nico dropped. Nexa, all that's left. And because he was heard, because he was seen earlier, he gets seen off by the AWP. Brilliant work, and I'm assuming now, surely, a third map needed. Don't leave him hanging here, youngster. Come on now. I know you're new to the team, but you can't be new to the rituals. The high fives and the fist bumps are a necessity for the vibes. He will get there in the end. But yeah, good work. Really solid stuff. Maki's kill is probably the most important, while stopping them, pushing through and wrapping on towards Gravity. Really well done. There's 12, and they got 5 rounds to try and close it now.
Ooh, an aggressive move here from 3D Max. Again, feeling confident, flashes behind the peak. And Jocko somehow stays alive. They're not confident for the fights there on the G2 side at all. Orp trying to cover. How is Jocko not dead? Thank you. Jeez. Honestly, guys, what's going on there? But yeah, they just weren't fully committing round, I think. Not sure of who else was on the other side of Dark. 4 versus 4. Quick burst out on towards A. G2 for the game then. Gonna give it a good go on the A bomb site. Not looking good enough though. Munisi all alone. He's got the bomb. He's being flanked out. He will be finished off. And 3D Max with a handy victory there on Anubis. No sweat off the brow for the Frenchman. They will take us into a third. We're going to take a break, but more Counter-Strike in about 10 minutes. Paints its own picture, to be honest now. Really exciting stuff here. And it only gets harder from here. Of course, Maus, the informed team, especially on this side of the bracket. Let's see, though. G2, loads of utility out. I'm very curious to see what they do with it. We got a P250 in the mix for the raid boss himself. But 2 mollies, you know, it does scream be execute. Oh, and speaking of screaming, the flash comes over the top. Nearly multi-frags for Maka. Not able to get it done. However, he has seen everybody there. So they're more ready than ever for this B hit.
And they rotate over in time as well. Lucky going to stick up close and spam a little bit away. He does get one. Manesi, huge find. He's tickling in the flames though. He's burning. Lucky sticks around a little too long in the heat. Down he falls. Nexa through the gap in that smoke. Tap on towards the bomb. Not a commit. And Jocko sticking around. He's reloading and he gets caught. 1v1. Nexa's giving themselves a chance. It's Exorcist rotating in via coffins just where his comrade has just fallen. And now he's crossed as well. Nexa looking for the 4K clutch. Exorcist looking for his first. And this is such a strong angle for Exorcist. Because he's crossed, because he's managed to slip the net, Nexa's not going to expect him to make this plant very difficult.
Oh, bomb out. Tap goes down. He's looking though. Nexa ready. However, Exorcist got the upper hand, tags him heavily, and just gets him off that bomb. No need to rush into the fight here. Playing it really well. Closing the gap and takes him down. Nexa with a fair try, but just not able to do it in the end. The pistol success continuing here for the French side.
Yeah, really well done. Super important as well for 3D Max. There is, you know, there may be the silver lining coming through for G2 of that bomb plan, of the kills for Nexa. He can bring himself into an AK-47, which is, yeah, hey, you know, we'll take anything. But all in all, 3D Max off the back of that second map, coming in towards the third, the one in which G2 have been so dominant on, and starting well. It's what you want to see. You see Lucky here as well, right? So blind in the flame. He's trying to escape, but he actually, little does he know, is going kind of further into the eye of the fire. Yeah, really good work for Exorcist. He's just biding his time. Super patient. Now he's a buy coming through. Next, does pick up an AK, but he drops it over towards Nico. He's going to be swapped out with the Galil. On from an SC2 as Hunter and Hooksy take a little step back with the buys for them. Just the Tech 9s.
Hooksy melting slightly. Jocko, though, an immediate trade onto him. Lucky sticking around, but not a super solid brick wall. We'll end up backing away 4 versus 4 once the dust settles. Quick boost up here on the B bomb site itself. Nico contacting around, hoping for a peek to come his way. Checking all the angles. The double stack is deadly, however. Flash over the top is successful, but not going to hold them back completely. It's a little messy in the end. 2 versus 2, though, looks pretty good here for 3D Max.
This is workable. Only worrying thing is the lack of util, lack of kit. Auto shotgun. Trying to make a little move here. Nexa, Manesi, holding, waiting, but damage dealt. Manesi will see it off, and so will Nexa. Really good round in that post plant for G2 to see off. Very, very important. And that'll be the start that they wanted. The response, emphatic. You know, it's all well and good finding a pistol. A bomb pull-on can facilitate a buy, and a buy could mean a round in response. That's exactly what G2 do. And it will break the spine of 3D Max. They're, in a way, sort of, they have to go into a force buy here. They're in double eco territory, so they don't really have a choice. Oh, what are they really bringing to the table? Actually, not even going for the full investment. So you've got, like, Maka in towards a nade. So he's left with 850. And a couple of smokes. This is a weird decision for me. Most of your players are kind of sub 1k, right? You may as well just force down into 5/7 half armor. But they're opting against it and just playing with barely any of the upgrades and a real limited one. But they won't even have a full buy-in towards the next either. It will just be MP nice.
Presence over on B, but not really committing to it, just trying to draw some rotations across, and lo and behold, it's worked. 3D Max ready for B, leaving only one on A. Exorcise with the Zeus. No one going to go his way, it looks like, though. Yeah, next are at the crossroads. Zeus skin as well. It's quite nice, actually. I hope we see a few more. I don't know what else. We got Thor. He does lightning. Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, Pikachu.
Okay. Cooking.
Now we're cooking. We're starting to work with something here.
Who else?
Low.
Who else does lightning?
Nikola Tesla.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, now we're working with something. Now we're starting to, this, you know, brainwaves are forming.
A little bit of the, what are they called, man? Like the ball things that you like touch and it like changes the direction.
Like only like plasma balls, or what they call something like that. Like
I'm not sure. I'm not
something
sure.
like that. Yeah,
CS
I don't even mean like science museums.
Yeah. Ooh, nice one.
Good night, Nico. See you next round, mate.
Speaking of Tesla, sort of, you know, they share a name.
Yes. Yeah. No. I mean, yeah.
I am reaching.
No.
I am reaching.
Now we're cooking. Now we're really cooking. Yeah. This is a couple of decent exit frags here. I mean, they're getting upgrades. We'll take it. We'll take it. A wonderful observer, Jonas, has mentioned that it's a Tesla coil.
Oh, right.
Is the thing? Is the thing? The thing with the yeah. Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it?
You know,
as you can tell, we are thick as people. It's why we commentate the game, ladies and gents. Throw it around, really, all in all. But in all fairness, actually relatively expensive on what was it was technically not a force buy from 3D Max. It was a very weird decision. I'm going to still say it and say, even though they actually don't walk away too bad from it because of the guns they pick up, I still think it's a little weird, right? You're dipping into, you know, some of them are like 850, 950. Why not just, you know, buy armor around your pistol or buy a little bit of util to facilitate it? I don't know. That's what I feel. But thankfully, because they got enough kills at the tail end there, they're actually okay.
Yeah, that still feels like it's no excuse, though, right? Like, that's not an argument for a buy like that. I think what would have happened here is they'd go in for a half and then they'd go in for another half. It's an idea that we've experimented with, you know, on the casts, talking about the econ game at the high level. I don't know, right at the start of the game, though, right at the start of a half, of course, you've got that extra loss bonus. It's more applicable when you've got the minimum loss after, you know, losing out on a force buy or getting immediately reset or whatever happens. You're on the minimum loss. Then, yeah, maybe there is an argument there, actually, especially on the CT end, when you've got like no money built up to go deagle and then go deagle again, rather than the conventional force buy eco, because your follow-up rifle after that, if you're following along with me here, guys, is usually not the best buy in the world. But in a situation like that, it doesn't make much sense. Either force or eco. You know, you're either
it's true
banking on getting that quick return round yourself, or you're able to put together a decent rifle. So I don't know. I'm with you. It's a bit of a weird choice.
Yeah. All in all, though, we're into a tech pause straight off the back of it. Seems to be maybe the same headphone issue that Maka had earlier. just getting it fixed, and then we can go back underway. I mean, hopefully it's something just as simple as get a new one, mate. And it might be all good. He's plugging it in. I think we should. It shouldn't be that big of an issue. But the game where we're at right now, this sort of back and forth, I think G2 probably feeling maybe a little bit of pressure, just in the sense that that's actually a really decent kind of low bias round. Yes, G2 take it. They're fine. I think for the most part, they should have a buy. I know Manesi has the money to drop one over. I think Hooksy could reinvest in himself. I think the only one who really has the issue is, I think Nico, if I'm right in saying, this is all remembering from a few minutes ago, had no money. And he obviously did die to Jocko's Deagle. So potentially could be an issue. But yes, headphones are back in. Seems to be getting somewhere. But yeah, a little tech issue here. For the most part, hopefully we're okay in just a second. Decent start though to this game. And it was 3D Max. They're going to have a buy to work with. I think Lucky at half armor. Jocko didn't, I'm pretty sure, but he got a couple of kills. And of course, he picked up an AK and M4. So they have a decent buy to work with here. So they should be okay. I think they had, off the back of what I can remember, picked up was 1 M4, 1 AK, 1 FAMAS, maybe. So they got a fairly actually feasible buy coming in towards the next. And they should have the trimmings of the util as well.
Yeah, it's not awful, mate. It's not awful for sure. But again, it speaks into decisions being a bit weird. And now they're in this position, yeah, because of the exits where it's like, oh, okay, we kind of have to force around it. So these early rounds are really important for this team now. Could allow G2 a solid way in. Yeah, it's not perfect. It's definitely workable, but like they've just sort of gone for a weird decision, and money-wise, it's not quite as comfortable. There's no AWP here. Lack of utility. There's no kit, importantly. And Lucky has money for a kit, so I'm going to be angry. If they, lose out to a defuse. He misses the molly as well, so not quite on the ball, our guy. Jocko, however, he is.
Yeah, bit of a weird start. Very weird start, in all fairness. Miss util all over the place. Hooksy pushing the smoke, then dies. I mean, the greatest start for Hooksy so far, 0-4. Jocko had a great round with the goal, but Monasty gonna just delete him there. Back into 4 versus 4. And Lucky got to try and do it all here. And he himself gets his head just ripped off his shoulders. And B9 isn't able to drop the bomb, and that's probably the last chance here. They are just going to save what they've got. Famas and the AK of Maka and XSC, they are in no way making a move over.
Yeah. Solid save. G2 going through the motions. Nothing too deep from them, but ultimately very, very comfortable on this map, has to be expected. A clean take there on B. What is the move going to be now for this 3D Max side? This is what we talked about, though. This is where it gets kind of strange, economically speaking. I mean, if they'd, ecoed things out and gone for the follow-up buy, they probably would have been fully spending as well. So it's a difficult start. It's a difficult start to the game. It's as simple as that, really. G2 have firmly got themselves in, looking very, very good.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Good run. Very, very solid execute off the back of the initial, Hooksy departing from the server, let's say. But Monacia and Nexa, really solid stuff. Just making sure that they get that coverage of the site. 3D Max just maybe ever so slightly overplaying their cards there. Costly. 3-1 start, and of course now not really a buy to work with once again. AK and the FAMAS saved, and around it, not a hell of a lot, right? We're talking a PT50 and a 5.7. Gravity not even getting anything because he actually just doesn't have the money to do so. If he wants a gun next round, he can't afford to upgrade his pistol. Does have a Zeus though, so maybe.
Maybe. Hooksy hanging around. Ooh, actually going to nade through the smoke and... Oh, look for a way in. Nico's the one to find the kill, but the nades take out Hooksy. That does speak to there being a heavier presence on B. Gravity, meanwhile, in the apartments on this Zeus angle. Nexa looks prepared, doesn't he, for this close corner. But it's a tough spot to clear. Gonna get it, though. Very well found. Meanwhile, Famas, big one to watch here. He's also deleted by Nexa. Great game Nexa's having, by the way. 9-1 right now. Taking it back a while. One of the hottest entries in 2021. Dropped off a bit. The OG days, not really all that clean, but I don't know. So far, playoff Nexa, not too bad.
Yeah. Unfortunately, kind of the OG effect, right? It really can. It can linger. It does feel like, though, this is good. Really solid. Like I said, 9-1. And especially considering nobody really else is popping off towards G2, they're more than happy just to allow him to do his thing. Source the monitor. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't know if it's still the same. I remember, obviously, there used to be that on Go. There was that screen in T-Apps. Yep. And it was like a 1 in 83 chance. I think it was 1 in 83 or 86, something like that. Chance of it showing CS 1.3, I think it was. I don't know if that's still a thing in CS2. I don't know if they got rid of that, but yeah, that was a pretty cool little Easter egg. We used to get it occasionally.
Very, very rarely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think maybe something to do with the fact that that was when Inferno was originally added. That's my guess. I don't know that for sure, but I feel like that might be why it would show that version of the game. There's got to be some old guard viewers out there that know the answer to that one. But all the same, a bit more consistent, it seems, on the new screen that they've hidden away there for the obs, for the deeper diggers on this map. Maka in off the corner. They will cross inside the smoke. Gravity looks somewhat ready. Oh, it's so tough with the X-ray. I don't think there is anything to spot there. However, it goes south for G2, but an overswing from Maka gives it back for just a second. They've got a brief window here to isolate Exorcist in on the site by himself. Taking their time, buys time for the rotations, but they have a plan with this slowdown. Deep smoke's coming in. Makes the rotators harder. They do not want to throw away this opportunity. Exorcist. Keen angle from him. In for the double. Should be enough. Nexa all alone to clutch up against 3. Flash comes round. Exorcist will get it done. And 3D Max, thanks to the individual prowess of the young gun, get it on the board.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. And so needed as well for 3D Max. They had to make this gun round stick, or else G2 could start to spiral in a very positive way very quickly. But Gravity, great work, right? That double kill to start things off just gives them so much space to work with. The only thing that we can maybe talk about kind of after that goes wrong is actually Maka slightly overfacing. You don't want to give individuals like Manesi an opportunity, let's say. He could absolutely rip some heads, and that's what he did. Wait. It's on the corner. Jocko could be in a bit of trouble. He will just get to safety. Doesn't quite spread as deep in towards this corner. He might actually go back to his position. Yeah, he will. It's a very strong one to hold. They have to either jump up or come around the corner, but now that he's smoked, has a decision to make. Does he want to stick around or actually just fall back for a little bit more of a passive approach?
Difficult start into this one as the read is escaping 3D Max once again. Jocko trying to be aggressive and show himself, but nobody around. Nade. Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. We'll see if they can capitalize on that damage.
Gravity in the smoke, waiting. Oh my god, he gets tagged. Hang on, Hunter may have heard that. Oh, but Maka posted. Hunter will get the kill. Maka going to get his, though. Falling away. Huge. Playing up towards the pillar. Look for a second as well. And he's going to hit it. My god, this could be a Maka round here. Jocko will deliver. And Jocko doubles down. Oh, beautiful. Hunter left all alone, reeling. And I'm pretty sure Exorcist has just seen him. No, he didn't, but he'll see him off. Nonetheless, only the one casualty. That is not bad. As Maka and Jocko combine brilliantly.
Yeah, man, where has this been? You know, the individual showings here are absolutely huge. We've not really seen too much of this from the 3D Max side across the board as well. Exorcist in the previous, Maka into this one. It's brilliant stuff. And again, this is the thing with the Inferno map. Similar to Mirage, and probably going to be Dust 2 as well, now that all three of those are in the pool together. Everybody knows how to play this map. Everybody is comfortable on it. And they're going to know all the little secrets, all the little tidbits. Really nicely done. Maka making the pillar angle work. We flamed it a little bit last time we were on, because it's really just not been working. But Maka shows us how it's done.
Nico on his trusty Deagle can make a little move. Only one with any sort of armor in this round. No Yuto. Nexa and Monacy's case as well. Nothing to work with, right? Just Glocks. Tag. Nade could see them off here. Could do, won't though. Repeat. The flash is good. Do they want to test it once again? It looks like they're still going to try and group via A here. And there's a lot of presence and a couple of rifles that should do most of the heavy lifting. Maka finds his. A swing comes through and a very simple deletion towards the site. Monacy going to get one. Naded and drops. Lucky sees it off. Only the one casualty. Not too bad.
All right, 3D Max feeling good. High fives all round. A confident game from them thus far. And it's maybe set to continue. They've evened things up. G2. Do they have anything in store for us? Anything we haven't seen yet? You know, it's just been pretty conventional Inferno play thus far. Not going to lie. The B pressure and then try and work A a little bit or execute B. There's not all that much in terms of the originality here. Exorcist going to go early and finds himself a frag. Not quite catching where that was. I would guess in the apartments. Yeah, the X right underneath him there. Hooksy spotting out some shadows here, though. Could go either way. Very, very messy indeed. The flashes back from G2. Super effective. Maka misses out on the shot. The gap now closing. He's got to be careful here. Absolutely cannot go down if they want a chance in at this round. He throws in the flash. He goes for a no-scope. They're trying to track him. Meanwhile, in Banana, the flank coming round as this round is just not letting up. Monacy for one, not quite the second. But he now knows where they all are. Trade is instant. And Maka, tail between legs, has to give up the round.
Oh, it's a shame. Maka hits a no-scope, maybe a chance, but yeah, I mean, it was a real big kind of shot in the dark, and quite literally from him. I think he just needed to find that swing out from the corner of Banana, and the fact that he doesn't, I think that basically is the round chalked up there and then. Good damage, but it's not going to make a grand difference in the end of things, so that'll be that. He'll hold for any exits. I don't think he'll be giving them. Hunter, of course, has the AWP say the Nico with his AK as well. Nice and simple. G2 take back the lead, and keeping it is their plan. Much closer game as well. A lot of teams have struggled to play against G2 on this map. They've really struggled to get going individually. It's not been the case for 3D Max. Paul's going to be called. Good opportunity as well for both sides of Taz and Wasting to get on the mic, but also I guess for the IGLs too. Looking at Hooksy a little bit as well. 0-9 right now. 10 ADR. You know what I mean? To single a guy out while he's not doing too great, but 0-9 is pretty rough, man. Because he's really struggling to find any kills. Even in that instance, right? Sees the shadow for what, 5 seconds, and he just doesn't utilize that knowledge to his making. G2 is still winning, so it's fine fundamentally. At times they are going to need him to get a couple himself. He's getting a lot of space towards top Banana. He just isn't getting over that final hurdle of the frag.
Okay, let's see. 3D Max. Have to find a response here. Mac 10 for Hooksy. Oh, he's in. He's in. Can he get the catch here? He can indeed. However, surely they can track him. Oh my God. Maka, come on now. Yeah, gonna take him down. Whoa. Little worrying for a second. It's a big, big deal, though, for 3D Max, because they actually found an opener down Banana there. Nico falls early on. Not great. 4v3. What do we have in store now? G2, again, have to go deep into the locker to pull this one out.
Starting the group. Numbers favor 3D Max round. They want to try and utilize it, but they're gambling via A. These Mako has so much to do. Holding. Might get a chance in just a second. We might also just be smoked off the angle. Smoke will come down. He'll drop a Molotov. Aptly timed, in fact. He's going to fall back in towards the site. If he can avoid the pot flash of site itself, he should be able to get one. And the Molotov did tick, so he would have heard that info. Nade comes round. He will be tagged, but he doubles away, may I say, as they start to make their way on towards that site. He's slowing things down. He's trying to. He's under a lot of pressure. Gravity can't really help via the smoke either. Time ticking. And he will go down to the nade. So will Gravity, leaving Exorcist of it all to do. 1v2. The bomb not planted yet, but it's tough. Yeah, got to be said as well, you know, it's a real ballsy call to be gambling A there. I'm assuming that a lot of that's come down to kind of the prep and the anti-stratting and all the rest, where, you know, they've probably looked in towards this side and say, right, in default times, when maybe they got their backs up against the wall a little bit, A is where they like to finish, but in that instance, leaving Maka alone, isolated, was a real tough thing. And it did actually, unfortunately, let them down. He gets overwhelmed. The rotate comes through, but it's a little bit too late. Joker gets caught, and Gravity just too far away to have any impact behind that CT smoke. Before you know it, that's G2 guaranteeing at the bare minimum of the tail end of this half that they are going to get a tied game. But with the low buyout from 3D Max here, they should be able to guarantee that 7th at the very least, which, in all fairness, you'll take.
Flash in, nobody there. Ooh, this is safer than it seems. A false sense of security, potentially. So they do have to watch themselves, and I think G2, cognizant of that fact, playing things slow, patient, methodical. And rightfully so. It might be somewhat dull for us, but at the end of the day, they've got to secure rounds like this. Ooh, and when the starting spray is a bit like that, you can see why they're walking into the Lion's Den now. But again, taking their time. They may have seen stacks like this before. It's Choco on the Deagle. If only he'd been there in the mix, he could have done some serious damage. Not sure what he can really provide for us, but potentially an exit, potentially an AK to yoink.
He's done pretty good for the Deagle. Not this time, though, Hunter. Other ideas on the swing seen off. So, there's that lead locked in place by G2. And now it's about whether they can double it down. Can you get towards an 8-4 finish? That would be monumental. 7-5, still anybody's game, right? 7-5, all it takes is 3D Max getting a pistol in the second half and game right back on. 8-4, though, absolutely a different story. What have they got for us? Buy back in place for the final round of the half. Orbs out both ways. Maka, it's been tested plenty of times via B with it, but unfortunately not actually been able to provide all that much. And Essie, on the other hand, he has been heating up tail end, which is good. Lot of util dumped via bottom and top Banana. It's primarily the French side to take the bulk of the damage.
G2 ready to go on the A play here. Maka's got to be careful. Oh, Nico! No. You can't be serious. I think they'd heard, like, presence. Maybe he's just returning spam, but finding both is unreal. Gravity Edge of the smoke, though. Oh, and all the carnage and chaos.
Hang on.
You know, let's go B. They're both dead. They get caught on the extremities, and it is Gravity who keeps a hold of the B bomb site. Just so disjointed all over. That's a wild way for it to end. G2 will be kicking themselves. Too good to be true. Too good to be true on B there, unfortunately, for them. We're going to take a break. Catch you in that second half.
Hey Future Pros, back with another classic smoke you should know for Inferno, and that is the coffin smoke. There are a few ways to throw this, but I like this one. To throw the smoke, get into the corner of the half wall. Aim at the top right corner of the wood. Then jump throw the smoke. If you did line it up correctly, you'll be gifted with a coffin smoke that will make it quite difficult for the CTs to play around. Have fun pushing B.
So here we are into the final half of this series then. It has been a long affair between these two teams. 3D Max in the ascendancy, but G2 are the ones at the moment holding them at bay. Fantastic showing in that first half. I'd say from a T side, 7 rounds is really good on this map right now.
I'm with you. I agree. I really think, you know, while it's been kind of scrappy and quite chaotic, for the most part, taking 7 is huge, and starting off like this is a massive way to go about it. Nico looking for 3. Oh my God, Nico. This is ridiculous. He's looking for the ace, but he denied right at the tail end. Oh, that could have been the most special of aces again, right? Back-to-back days, but all in all, we'll happily take a 4K.
What a machine. What a machine. He really has stepped up at this tournament in general, but definitely into the playoffs. Some great moments. It's beautiful. It is so great to see Nico playing like this as well, I think is the thing. And particularly again on the pistols. He really was a fantastic pistol player back in the day. Maybe taking a few more resources, some greedier setups for him. Not quite sure, but it seems to be working, whatever he's doing.
Yeah, don't stop, fella. This is great. At the moment, where G2 have been in flux for what is meant to be kind of a title contending team. Having Nico back in the server at some of his best as well. Getting a bit of the prime Nico back out is really, really good to see. Triple M4, double MP9 is the buy here. Force buy out of the T-side 3D Max. What do you got? Not good for the first or the second, or make that the third. It's actually fallen apart rapidly, in all fairness. 3D Max left down to 1 in a matter of moments. Lucky he's got a P250. I don't think it's going to happen.
No, not controversial to say at all, sir. If you can take 1 away with him, you know, it would be nice. Not going to happen, though, unfortunately. 9th round for G2. Looking good. The wind in the sails at the moment. On course. That quarterfinal spot against Mouse.
What a game that would be as well, right? Really, really would be something special to watch that. Mal's in such good form. I mean, they're looking like on this side of the bracket at the very least, maybe the favourites to go towards those finals, but we'll see. Not a guarantee. The reigning champs, they want to go back-to-back. They'd love to do that. Was a force buy out from 3D Max, and a little buy here from Lucky. Nate does miss, doesn't exactly bank. One goes a little deeper and just directly on towards Jocko. So he will fall. Down goes Lucky. That's the AK. Just peers out of the smoke. And Nico gets one for free.
Oh, Nico nearly gets traded there. And he was very lucky to be already on the way out. But yes, the AK almost getting the better of him. Not really sure what they're going to be able to do with this AK from here now. Just waiting for these smokes to go down, throw a quick flash, hope that they can overwhelm the B-bomb site, but you can see rotations are coming in. The deep position from Hunter begins to confirm that it is very, very likely to be a B hit. Actually just going to contact in, try and get this AK working, but yeah, setup just way too strong. Contact flash doesn't quite work, and the kills come round for G2. 3D Max. Yeah, not the best moves here, not the best decisions, I think I would say, in terms of, you know, the econ especially. That's just going to allow G2 to keep rising and getting more and more momentum.
It's also, it's one of those for me now where I'm looking at this and it feels like for 3D Max, they're ever so slightly panicking in the situation that they're in, right? They're 5 rounds in the hole. Got G2 3 rounds away from taking it, and it feels like for 3D Max, they're trying to force it a little bit, and they're getting caught. So much util damage, so much done. Jocko, Lucky, Maka also down low, and Hunter making sure to put them 6 feet under. Lucky, very lucky indeed, not to be dropped there. Back turn, but Hunter, double away, not give him the space.
Man alive, looking really good for G2, to be honest. Exorcist's got to be a hero here, spotted out, looking for the fight, but Munissy's just trying to deny it away from him completely. What do we do here? You know, he might be able to get in behind. That's the big chance that Exorcist has got. Just watching the minimap and whether they meet. Hunter is very ready. Yeah, and Exorcist not so much. So with a combined HP of 27, it now comes down to Jocko and Lucky. But to be honest with that smoke, I think it actually doesn't come down to Jocko and Lucky, because they're going to save.
Well, it's not the best decision, but I think it's basically all they've got to work with. How low Jocko and Lucky are. There isn't really anything else they can do. He stared longingly into his eyes, but Lucky will hold. I don't think they're going to be hunted at the tail end. Looks like they'll be fine. 2 through A, 2 through B. 1 for G2, just playing basically quick rotate via CT for the both of them, but all in all. 10 seconds left. They're too far away to really make a difference. Dropping these AKs at the end. Does look like Hooksy can have a little look in towards Banana, but he won't get far enough towards spawn to make a difference. So, G2 within 2 of the map in the series and moving on to the quarter-finals against Mouse. And extended this win streak to 6 in a row on Inferno, which is just monstrous. Really showcasing what they've, you know, got in the locker. And hey, credit has to be given to 3D Max throughout the series. At times they've looked good, but this map unfortunately has been the one that's actually let them down. It's the most important time.
Yeah, for sure.
Balls comes through, and the final tag balls.
Yeah. But no, just reiterating what you're saying, man, like a really fantastic look here throughout from 3D Max. But, you know, G2 are one of the teams to beat. They look pretty good at this tournament for me. They had sort of the one-off game against M80, but it was really, really close. And the rare weak performance from Munacy, you see what it does, a weaker performance from him on Anubis, and they lose pretty handily. So he is a big part of their game at the moment. But the ceiling that this G2 team has is honestly unimaginable right now. I think that they could go very, very far. We're seeing Nexa display what he's done in the past as well, you know, so they really are capable of an awful lot. And here on Inferno in particular, we're seeing that in spades. Hooksy going to be the first to go down, but he knows what's up. He's doing his job. Getting baited, ultimately. It's Hunter that comes around with the double on the corner. Nico holds it cleanly. And the cousins Kovac leave it down to Exorcise.
It's such a simple setup as well for G2, and it just works perfectly. Yes, Hooksy dies for the cause, but then, like you said, right, the setup by Nico, by Hunter is just perfect. Anybody who peeks going to get caught. Hunter's spam is brilliant. Everybody gets through that smoke, is caught by Nico. Exorcise making a little move here. I don't think he's going to get too much fortune. Any way he goes on towards the site, he will be caught. If he doesn't clear CT effectively, he should be a dead man walking. And he's already in a lot of trouble. The spam is, it's a mere spot. Exorcise getting one. Not the worst thing in the world with how low he was. Either way, though, you hate to say it, but this one is done, isn't it, right? 3D Max have not shown anything in the second half. Credit, absolute credit to G2. Everybody stepping up, and no more pauses as well for the 3D Max side. They've used all three, so Wasink can't get back onto the mic to try and alleviate the pressures. They're just going to have to ride it out. And what have they got, right? We're looking at, what, Quad Galil by and a Mac 10. Okay, util. I think G2 are going to see this off relatively handily. Swinging towards second mid, damage, and the nade could actually see him off.
Oh. Not quite, maybe goes in a bit too deep, not really sure. Nades are always a bit funky. Hunter going to open us up, however, he will drop quite quickly. 4 versus 4. Difficult to split the teams. If you want to get super nitpicky, maybe it is the way of G2 just about. But then the A-bomb site is super weak, so is it really in the form of 3D Max? Because they're off towards A.
Nico in pit. Holding. Looks like he's going to be tested in just a second as well, waiting for his opportunity. He's alone here, so he's got to pull off some heroics himself. Molotov will force him into the open, but he isn't dropped. Smoke's going to come down. Molotov in towards short. They're wrapping via long, and that smoke's going to give him a lot of room to work. If he can hear them barreling in from long, as he sits inside of that smoke, he tries to make a move through it, and he will fall. It's the A-site's open, and maybe 3D Max not dead just yet.
Yeah, quite possible. I mean, G2 have got so much room to work with. Even though they have loads of cash here, they're playing that percentage game. Just going to save, not going to give guns away, not going to give confidence in the fights, and just give them the round, which in and of itself is not really all that much. Jocko takes a lot of damage, but I think through a couple of walls, so could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Any more at the end? We'll take. I don't know whether that'll be the case though, but... Oh yeah, okay. So, you'll take one. Jocko. Seeing it off, and yeah. a survival, a brief moment where at least for 3D Max, they are still alive. They're still in this game, but it's such a long road to recovery. And I just do not know whether they've got it in the lockup. It really would take a ridiculous recovery to get into. However, in all fairness, we did see a really good recovery out from the G2 side on Nuke. Not the most impossible thing. Once again, trying to make their move up in through Banana here. Hooksy can take a lot of damage. Hooksy's probably a dead man walking. He is struggling. Will get the smoke down just about in time. They've got to know he's there. Off the back of the flash. Nico can only get one. Hooksy can trade. Sticks around for two. Talk about a time to step up. Brilliant. So needed now into a 2 versus 4. 3D Max are in trouble.
Yeah, just exploded out of nowhere here for the side of G2. 3D Max, it was an insurmountable task. It felt like maybe a quick death is more merciful. Long drawn out. We'll see. Exorcise. Fortifying Munacy the first. He is now confirmed that bomb as well is with him. What does he do from here? You know, they're set up 2 for 2. Looking good across the board.
45 seconds to work with here. Try to pull off one of the most miraculous clutches to keep 3D Max alive. And I don't know what he's got in the locker with how low he is tagged. The setup, the 2-2 split like you spoke of, should be insurmountable, and it is. Down goes Exorcise, down go 3D Max. It's G2 who take the series 2-1 and move forward now into the quarterfinals to face off against Mouse with the all-elusive spot on the line deep in towards the playoffs. Good series.